Bet.
I don't even remember what function that was.
It had to be.
That's
Parliament
when I
or some
met
shit.
you. When I was outside, I was just chopping over. You said, "Come on, bro, just come play this 25." Like, nah,
Come pay this 25.
Bro, they tell you come pay this 25.
I'm not paying 25 for a nigga to tell me to take my hat off, bro.
No, he had his hat on, so you would have been good.
Bro, I was so mad last time we went to fucking
9 times out of 10 they're gonna tell you to take that hat off.
Them niggas.
New Caribbean. Bruh, y'all had to understand though. I was so high too that sequence of us being across the street from the white bar and the bar we going into got a fucking metal detector and this nigga about to make me take my hat off.
That nigga money was hot.
And I'm looking across the street. It ain't nobody patting nobody down. Nigga just asking for ID and letting everybody go.
What's worse? Do you respect the police parking the tactical van by the black bar, but not up the block?
That shit's infuriating, bro. Like I dead ass.
And they keep the lights on all night long.
That's why I don't go to First Friday no more. Like
no, they have that every weekend, every day from.
Yeah, they got over there by 14th all the time.
They
like,
so
by
out of
New Caribbean.
pocket, bro.
They
like,
moved it over there, or unless they got two now.
No, they got one on Telegraph still too, so they got two.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they got
that
two
shit-
tacticals. Just they're always ready.
They got the budget.
Nigga, they need some free labor, nigga.
Bro, how much does that shit cost to bring the tactical van and to have all them on the clock that night
To do nothing?
to do shit?
But they be banking.
That's probably OT too.
That's hella. It's got to be OT. This shit wild, man.
But the funny thing is that ain't changed no rate or nothing.
Nothing.
Nigga, that ain't did nothing in the crime rate, nigga.
Niggas really don't really be going on downtown though. Like you think about it, like First Friday when they shut down Telegraph and there's all them cars and shit. Like that's when it's least likely for shit to happen
Yeah. I mean, shit don't really be going down like that anyway, like, period.
at all.
Like, even when we was young. Like, hella shit was going on around us, but...
But it really wasn't
ain't
shit
really
happening.
popping off like that.
I remember trying to explain that shit to my mom, like, and that's a hard conversation to have. But when your parents grew up in the era that they grew up in, they kind of know that shit. But for some reason, it goes away. But when niggas was like dying, what was that like? I think it was 6th grade. First, one of the homies died. Maybe
6th grade?
Sixth or 7th grade. When did Bruh get killed in the park in Nickel Park? Was that 6th grade?
You talking about TK?
No. This was before TK. This is like 2 or 3 years before TK. And TK was 8th grade.
I don't know.
Anyway, that was the first one of my
Somebody
peer
close,
group,
yeah.
my peer group to die. And I remember mom's freaking out, like, oh, you can't go outside, you can't do shit. And it's like, Mom, he was into shit. Like God rest that man's soul, but he was into some shit as a kid.
Yeah.
And then that narrative started to happen, and it was that one summer where everybody was getting knocked down. And Mom was like, y'all niggas can't go nowhere.
It's bad.
And we was like, bro, we don't even we go to the gym and we might go get on some chicks out the way though.
Like 05, 06, 07.
Whew, that shit was
Hey,
wild.
that shit was crazy.
I mean, you got to be in the thick of things just to recognize energy.
Man.
You know what I mean? If you gonna be housed off from all this shit, then
You'll
gonna end
never
up
know.
you'll mess around and get touched, on accident.
Just not knowing.
Just not knowing shit.
But we
Just
get
being oblivious to some shit.
But we've all had our separate moments where we've been out together and one of us would be like, yep, it's time to go.
Yeah.
And like, man, what
you
you
always,
doing?
You always feel that change.
Always feel that energy
that
shift.
shift,
And
that-
you're like, nigga, we gotta go.
Like when niggas is no longer thinking about bitches. Like when that time is over.
When that runs out, it's bad.
nigga, it's over, bro.
But that always irritated me too, though. When it's because it's usually the best jump offs too, where it's a room full of chicks and that one nigga comes there to fight. what did you come here to fight for?
Came
bro?
in steaming though through the door.
And the ratio usually be cool where somebody you can make something happen. Why are you mad?
He knew he wasn't about to get no girl that day. like that's gotta be infuriating inside. Where you don't get no action.
It's already 5-1 and you still not getting no action.
Not getting nothing.
So you come in to mess everybody time up.
Bro, I was in a bar and I actually witnessed that situation from Hitch. Like not somebody handing her $1, but having it where it's not enough. The ratio is all messed up, and it's only a certain amount of women in there, and the women got the stools, and then you got like 5 guys hanging around, drinking and chopping it up and trying to get in on something like that, buying her hella drinks and shit. Bro, that ratio was nuts.
Bro, you gotta like.
It was literally like 4 or 5 to 1.
That one time we went to Vegas with Nana and them. And it was like, that was like my first time like fucking around in Vegas. And we got into everywhere, no problem. And I was like, oh, Vegas is lit. Then we went back with no chicks. It was like, oh, Vegas is terrible. I hate Vegas now. But it is just a matter of like, and that's a hard lesson to learn when you're going out and trying to have a good time. Make sure you have a bunch of chicks in your group, or it's gonna be fucking miserable. In New York, in
important.
LA, in Vegas, shit, damn near in Houston too. Like, make sure you got a group. Is Atlanta like that? I never been out in LA like that. I went out. We went to the strip club. I feel like that was different. Like,
Yeah, I feel like the vibe is different over there. Like it's all strip club.
hey,
Yeah.
you got my vote. Well, fucking Follies, man, that shit changed my life. G. I've not been the same since Follies, and then Onyx. Yeah.
Oh, you went out there for A3C, right?
A3C, yeah. And Locke goes, we're shout out to Locksmith. We're in his hotel room, and but Sue and Pilo and them are out there. So Sue like, fuck with me, about to go to Follies. I'm like, bet. And then I don't know if it was like somebody that was trying to manage Locke at the time, or somebody calls him and goes, hey, they're doing this. This is right when Mass Appeal was popping off, Nas' shit. Like, yo, they're doing this thing at Stankonia where it's a bunch of producers, a bunch of rappers. And I'm like, nigga, Stankonia? Like, damn, I want to go to Stankonia, dumbass bad. And then Sue like, bro, we going to Follies. Like, what are you doing? Like, you can go to Stankonia anytime. I was like, no, I can't. I can go to Follies anytime. I actually feel like a square because I chose Stankonia, now that I think about it.
So was that not the choice?
That's why I'm still torn about it. Like, this we talking about 5 years later, G, and I still think about that decision. Like, damn, maybe
it was that much of a toss up for you.
Maybe I should have went to Follies.
That's crazy.
You gotta go redeem yourself, my man.
I did, but it's still like, damn, my first time in the A could have been Follies, like off the rip.
Yeah.
And I chose on some nerd rap shit to go to the studio to see where Andre recorded. Like, that's so nerdy. That's so
Not even to do nothing, not even
Nothing.
record.
I wasn't even recording. I was watching niggas record. That's why it really, really bothers me. Because niggas didn't even like, Monty, you want to kick a verse? No, nigga, I was in there just watching niggas rap.
Yeah, well, they was taking in the full experience.
Man, like, oh, this is real nice, man. Like, when you, and then the tricky thing about Stankonia too is that it is in the hood. Like, and so when you go out, it was like 50 niggas outside.
I feel like all studios are in the hood.
Stankonia is different though, bro. I don't know what side of Atlanta that is, bro, but we pull up there and I'm like, and we took a cab. And we get out we don't even get out the cab. Locke look at me like, I'm like, nigga, they called you. They didn't call for me. So we look and I'm like, damn. So we walk through and like saying, what's up? Like, just out of courtesy, you let niggas know it's respect. Them niggas, they just looking like, it's like, damn, this is the longest walk to the front door ever, bro. And within the second you walk through the door, it completely changes. And then the biggest nigga in the world comes with the biggest gun on his hip, like, oh, yo, who y'all here for? Like, bro, where are we right now? That made me the biggest fan of Outkast after that, because they really are some hood niggas that just make great music.
Yeah.
To record in that environment, nigga, that's how you get a hey ya, nigga.
What?
That's where Hey Ya was built.
I don't know. What,
Hey,
bro? Can we introduce the podcast? My bad.
I guess we could do it by now.
How long have we been talking?
Again, this is when the title pops up in the middle of the movie.
That's how Hey Y'all was created.
And, okay, let's collect ourselves, gentlemen. This is Meet the Brave podcast. I am your host, Monty Draper, with my co-host, LG. What up?
What's happening?
And then Juan Poe. What up?
What up? What up?
Me and Pop were wilding last night, so that's how I messed up the intro. But it's good. Y'all niggas know these niggas by now, so it's all good. G, you back, huh?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I would say that I got a nice little. Instead of putting my toe in the water, I just decided to jump right in.
You see, that's a rookie mistake. Rookie mistake.
But how many times you gonna be the rookie though?
True. But then that's a good question though. If the water is cold, do y'all just jump in like fuck it?
Might as well just get it over with.
May as well. That walking in shit never works. Like, you never really adapt. So
that's a lesson in life, man. You can't be timid about this shit.
Lesson in life. Just jump in.
Just jump in.
Just jump in. If it's grass on the infield, play ball. What, nigga? No, that's not how this works.
Niggas start throwing out hella sayings.
Oh, the shit, man. We got
Bro, that's how football is, bro.
Hella cliches.
They'll hit you with so many cliches.
hella cliches.
Like, my nigga, why are you talking all cliches?
And like they got the same
We've been
cliche
tuned
book.
you out.
You got the same cliche book. And quarterbacks are the worst because especially
Oh, nigga, because they just said fucking
I'm
extension.
I'm just a small town kid. Like, nigga, what? Shut up, bro. I hate Russell Wilson interviews, bro. But he's so dope, but I hate his interviews.
Yeah. That's my nigga all the time.
He's nice, though.
No, he is nice.
That nigga's nice.
That nigga is nice.
I just can't listen to a Russell Wilson interview.
Nah, I can't listen to Russell Wilson.
Where do we start, fellas? Where do we start?
Let's see.
Was it a busy week? Or no?
I guess it was a slow news week.
Yeah. News out of Ferguson. How long has it been since Mike Brown?
3 years? 4? No, it's about 4 years. It's 2014?
It's been a minute. It was 14?
It has to be.
Damn, man.
14 and 15.
And did y'all fall into that whole wormhole when that was happening of all the different Viceland documentaries and all these different publications that were down there covering the entire protest, the entire however long that was? It felt like months, honestly, and years now that we're still that the mother and the family and the city as a whole still hasn't gotten any real closure. It felt like the city officials and the police and the sheriffs down there got to sort of just double down on their attack of people down there. Like when you look at some of those numbers in the reports that came out of Ferguson with the numbers in terms of their traffic stops and what those traffic stops would then turn into with people who were convicted felons and had strikes and had served time, and how they were able to sort of kick up their recidivism rate just based on their traffic stops. It's fucking, like, I fell down that wormhole and read all that information and watched a lot of those documentaries, and it just made me sick. But again, the sadder part is that I kind of walked away from that going, this is just status quo. So it's weird. I hate feeling like that, and I hate even admitting that out loud, that when something like that is going on, nigga just kind of walk away from it like, yep, this is how it go.
Right.
You know, and Ferguson was no different. It was really hard to be sad in that moment because we had seen it all before, you know, and it's heartbreaking to say that, like, to openly admit that, but it's the truth. And here we are 4 years later, and one of the leading activists, I believe her name is Melissa McKinney. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. Her son, Danye, she believes 100% was lynched, and they're ruling it a suicide. And she's like, nah, fam, that ain't how that went.
Right.
And they're supposed to be investigating, but their investigation has sort of led them to rule it a suicide. And no one really knows, you know. And
He was hung from a tree?
from a tree.
So
Yeah.
why? All right.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, like, how can they rule it a suicide? Like, why, if I'm trying to go out, why would I go to a tree? Like, why not, you know? That doesn't sound logical to me.
I continuously find, oh, wow.
Damn.
Wow. I continuously find myself in awe of the shit that government is able to get away with, dog. Like, it's egregious. And then at some point, you kind of just throw your hands up like, God damn, like, this is what type of time we on, and this is how it's gonna go. Like, what do you expect people to do?
Yeah.
And not to just gloss over the Ferguson shit and roll into something else, but I made the mistake of watching SNL last night because I kind of fuck with Jonah Hill, but after this whole rollout of mid-90s, I'm rethinking that.
Wait. Okay, yeah, okay. We're not going to get off that yet.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out why you stop fucking with bro.
No, I still fuck with him. I'm just trying to figure out how I fuck
Jonah?
with him. With Jonah, yeah. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to compartmentalize that for a lot of reasons.
Okay.
But I'll talk about that. But last night, SNL, because it is election week, everything was geared towards voting and literally every skit. And that's cool. But it felt like they were trying to make up for how much damage they did during Trump's campaign in those 3 years. If
as far as putting the spotlight on him?
Yeah, the shit that my conspiracy money has been saying, yo, SNL is responsible because they get so many.
For it,
yeah, I've been saying that for years. And then last night sort of confirmed that they felt guilty about that shit. So every fucking skit was like disgustingly leading towards voting. Which is cool. Like, respect it. But y'all, like, the damage has been done, my nigga.
Yeah.
Like, with no ownership, and y'all tried to play that white liberal sad card again, and it was just disgusting. And Jonah,
is SNL still getting great ratings?
They do. They consistently do their ratings, which is why I was in the out here going, yo, they're responsible for giving that man so many giving him his initial boost.
Yeah.
Because when he started talking that shit, they were the first ones to really do skits, and then consistently did skits because they tested so well.
Right.
And it got so much engagement. Because now with TV shows, especially like SNL, it's what happens beyond the original airing. So now it's your YouTube viewership. Mm-hmm. So if you air on Saturday night, and then by Sunday afternoon you've got 1 million+ views on a particular skit, oh my nigga, we can roll that into the numbers. Mm-hmm. And so Jimmy Fallon is the same way. A lot of the late night shows are becoming dependent upon their YouTube viewership post the show.
Right.
And that's what you were seeing with the whole Trump SNL thing, is that they would do fucking numbers immediately the day after the show would air. And because they were doing so well, guess what they kept doing? And then
kept doing the skits and shit.
Yeah. And then the whole it's just weird. And it's sort of again the egregiousness of it and how sort of out there it is and how we just kind of watch it and because I consume so much, I see it and I don't really know what to do with it. Like, I don't know where to put it at after I've felt hella offended by something that somebody's written or produced. Like, I love comedy. Be fearless about it. Be cutting edge. Like, offend some people. Like, that's the whole point. But don't try to play this moral role. No, you can't. You just can't do both.
Yeah.
And to me, oftentimes and that's not just white people. It's this thing that a lot of people do where they try to play defense, and that's not how this shit works. Mm-hmm. Like, you playing defense is way more detrimental to me than me being able to identify the enemy.
Right.
Because you're essentially taking on the role of the enemy while pretending to be an ally, and you're an even bigger threat.
Right.
The FBI was able to dismantle the Black Panthers from the inside out, not the outside in. The mafia, they don't send a random person to kill you, my nigga. They turn somebody in your organization to kill you.
Right.
It's the oldest trick in war in the book.
Right.
Turn somebody on the inside and dismantle them from the inside out.
Right.
Because your focus is on the parameter, on everything that's happening outside you and what could come attack you. Mm-hmm. That's where your focus is. And in America, it's a lot of shit going on here that's killing us. Talking about foreign policy, ISIS, all this wild shit. No, nigga, this shit happening here. Right. I'm just like, dog, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's what they were talking about with the whole Trump administration and why it's so powerful and why it's going to continue. Is because all the attention, he's done a great job at focusing attention elsewhere, and it's made it very interesting because there's so much rah.
Yep. And
people are overtly offended, as they should be. But it's not a focused like. You're not focusing your attention in the right direction.
You said,
overtly offended, my nigga. Yeah, it's throwing it off because like you gotta get to the bottom of what you are actually offended about first, and then from there, you gotta listen to what people are actually saying.
Yeah.
And then that's how you can kind of gauge who you would like to have in office.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, this person has done such a great job at just making you angry.
It's fucking masterful, bro.
Bro, it's so amazing. Like it's amazing to watch.
I'm one of those people that can compartmentalize and kind of just appreciate the genius in that.
Most definitely. Definitely.
And so
there's nothing wrong to say that, I don't think.
And trying to have that conversation, people are so offended by me just going, no, it's quite miraculous, actually.
Yeah.
When you can generate upwards of $500 million in free marketing just on making people mad, that's genius, my nigga. I don't give a fuck. You don't have to just be mad at me. Because I love that shit. Like, that's tight to me. LeVar Ball.
I was saying, it worked for Big Baller Brand.
LeVar Ball, bro, that shit was brilliant. Like, niggas was mad at LeVar. I was like, bro, this is the most genius shit I've ever seen.
Right.
I've ever seen.
It's great to look at somebody utilize your irrational feelings.
Absolutely.
And, like, just to see what your triggers are and just keep your finger on that button. Just keep tapping that shit. Just keep tapping it, and then like just lick and just watch you just go nuts. It's not doing anything to me. It's actually hilarious to me.
It's actually benefiting me. I'm benefiting.
It's benefiting my bottom line. It's benefiting my my friends and my associates' bottom line.
Yeah.
So we're all winning.
Yep.
And that's the name of the game, is to win.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Regardless of how you win, the name of the game is to win.
God damn, man.
Did y'all see the headline or seen the actual segment when Don Lemon called white men the biggest terror group?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty dope.
It's fucking awesome.
Didn't we just say that last?
We just said it.
Yeah, that came at a great time because that was literally right after our pod.
That nigga listen.
Right on, we appreciate you, man.
You listen. You tuned in to Meet the
Hey,
Brave.
man.
What if we did get like a Don Lemon interview, like exclusive on the show?
That'll be dope.
You're gonna have to do that on your own money.
Y'all wouldn't do that?
UNG?
Why wouldn't you do that?
I don't know. What am I gonna say?
You would be the perfect person to do that interview.
I don't know about that one, dog.
Just a conversation, like some real nigga conversation with Don Lemon. That would be awesome to have.
What you gonna talk to Don Lemon about?
Everything, nigga.
Everything. I'm just
any and everything, nigga. Everything you want to get off your chest, nigga.
Everything. And then the space that he sort of occupies and is able to maneuver in, nigga, I got so many questions.
Okay.
So many questions.
Yeah, because he's been making it happen for a minute now.
I had to get ready for that before we did. Get my notes ready.
That's what's up, folks. I'm glad you're prepared for that one.
I don't have to. You know?
That's the one he come in prepared for, and everybody
That's the one where Poe's going to look at the notes.
Monty and L wasn't really doing shit, but Poe, he was ready.
You gotta be ready. You gotta ask the right type of questions.
That would be the one.
Bro, I did come in with the paperwork, put that shit out the pocket.
So, Don.
I got questions for you. Right on, folks.
Oh, man. Did y'all see the WNBA players opt out of their CBA clause?
That's dope.
That was the headline.
That shit was amazing.
It's crazy how much they can make overseas. Like if they literally just said F it, we're not getting anything here, like some of them have already done.
Yeah.
Because I mean you could play more games so you can make more money overseas.
Exactly.
It's a longer season. And the only thing you got to deal with, which is a big thing, is overseas. You never really know if your check is actually going to come in certain situations, or when your check is going to come, and also they could just cut you off at any given time.
Yeah.
But
injured, it's over for your ass.
Yeah, and you just shit out of luck. But also like just the language barrier, you got to kind of deal with that too. And being away from family and all that. But once you get past all that and make your money in the time frame that you can make your money in, bro, do that shit.
Watching
get your bucks, ladies.
Watching Elena Deladon talk about budgeting. She was on a show with Mav Carter on Undisputed. That shit made my stomach turn because she's like
raw as fuck.
She's amazing. Mm-hmm. She
has a great story. Like her is there a sister or her brother?
Her sister.
Sister? Yeah, sister that has, is it MS or something?
Is it MS? Maybe it is MS. I don't
want to get misconstrued.
Yeah, maybe it is MS. I thought.
But the way that she like communicates with her and stuff like that, it's just dope to watch.
Dog, amazing story, an incredible athlete. This sucks to say, but I have to say it. She's beautiful. Mm-hmm. all the makings of a superstar. And
hey, man, I feel like we should be able to call women beautiful.
No, we should, but as an athlete, I don't want to be the nigga that's just throwing around because she's beautiful. Nah, but that does matter. Like, you looking good as part of celebrity.
It's marketable.
Yeah, it's marketable.
Right.
She has the look, right? Here she is on a show talking about budgeting, which is cool. Like, it's responsible. No matter how much money you make, you should have that conversation. Mm-hmm. But it felt more so like she was having it from a prospect or from a perspective of, I don't know where it's coming from like that, because I'm playing season to season and I don't have the same guarantees that a normal professional athlete would have. Is that what you got when you were listening to that? Mm-hmm. That's what I got. Now I was just like, yo, I've seen you way too many times. I've watched too many of your games
for you to talk like that.
For you to have to be talking like that. That shit bothered me, dog. Like, that's
like a borderline person in the league type talk. Somebody that's in and out of the league.
And here she is having to have that conversation.
She's damn near the face of the league.
Yeah, and can go, you know. And so it's like I felt like I saw that snippet, and then Monday morning the announcement that they were opting out came, and I was like, thank you.
So where do you feel like they're gonna go from here? Like
they're gonna play a year without being under the CBA, and they're gonna bet on themselves. And again, who's the chairman of the group or the spokesman of the group? She plays for the Sparks, if I'm not mistaken.
She plays for the Sparks right now?
Yeah. We got to find her name. But she made
Candace Parker?
It's not Candace Parker. She was adamant that this isn't beef and like digging your heels in the ground and not wanting to generate conversation. This is them solely saying, hey, we just want to see the books. We don't know where none of the money is going.
Yeah.
So we just want transparency at this point. We want to be in on the conversation of where we just want to know where the money is.
All right.
It was inspiring listening to her when she, in that shop show talk to Bron.
Yeah.
About this, and this is before that CBA thing came out.
Yeah.
Just the decisions that they're making right now that could potentially benefit your daughters is what we're doing right now.
Exactly.
Like, we're pushing towards the future. Like, we understand that we're going to be the workhorses on this one, and we may not ever benefit. get our just due.
Yeah.
But we have to have those conversations and open those doors, and we're acknowledging it, and we're moving forward.
Absolutely.
As a union, you know what I mean. So that was inspiring.
Yeah. No, it's important that you be able to identify that as someone who's fighting for change. That's the thing we always talk about that's so annoying with the older athletes, where these cats getting this kind of money anyway. It's like, nigga, they're getting it because of you. Right. Silly. Like, why wouldn't you? Why, like, be proud of that? Like, your sacrifice allowed people to get here. Right. You know, and it's the same. It's the same in rap. It's the same in a lot of these industries that are dominated, that are predominantly people of color, where they've had to take a stance. And I think that's what was so frustrating about the cap shit, is that, and why Eric Reed was so pissed is like, yo, if we would have band together, like, the fact that NFL players don't know their power, bruh, is frustrating. But at the same time, who am I to tell some grown ass man not to go get their bread?
Right.
Like, it's a shaky foundation for a great argument. Like, no, fam, just bet on you. Those Missouri players that were protesting, I believe it was like their the president of their BSU was on hunger strike trying to get the AD fired, and so all of the football players were like, yo, we're gonna sit out this next game, and it just so happened to be their rivalry game that they rented out Arrowhead Stadium for, and we're gonna lose upward to $2 million if that game didn't happen. Guess what happened? That AD got fired, my nigga. Like, change happened because y'all got the juice.
Yeah.
100% have the juice. If all the players in NCAA go, we not doing shit this year. To see to it that some actual change happens.
Oh, they gonna get change. There's too much money at stake.
Too much bread at stake, and so seeing the women lead that charge in the WNBA, man, is fucking powerful, because they watch something great is gonna come of this.
Yeah.
New partnerships, new marketing plans to get people engaged with the sport. Because we sat here the whole first few episodes and watched the WNBA playoffs and was like, damn. Mm-hmm. Like if you like going back and listening to the episodes, I can hear us watching the championship because we watched that game live.
Yeah.
You know, so shout out to them, man.
I would hope that they're probably doing it, but I would hope that the NBA steps in as well.
They have to. Seeing Candace and Elena on the shop as much as they have been, and having that conversation. Her
sneaker game is nuts.
Colin's new co-host.
Yeah. Taylor.
What's her name?
Taylor something.
She's dope.
Yeah,
she's dope. She's dope. Can we get the new music though?
Hold on. I wanted you to circle back to why you don't fuck with. Are you trying to figure out if you fuck with Jonah Hill or not? What happened? Because this was the last episode. You was congratulating him on his stance on,
Nah, I fuck with Jonah. I'm tripping. I fuck with Jonah. The watching SNL made me so mad last night. He got grouped in it. G, can I get one too? Watching SNL last night made me so pissed off that he, as a byproduct, got looped into that shit. Thank you. So that's all it was. That's all it was.
No, I'm good.
I'm hella looking forward to going to see Mid-90s. I've heard nothing but great shit about it.
Really?
Yeah.
When does it come out?
It's out now.
It's out now. They did everywhere last week, and then it should be out now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just seen the promotion for it over at Jack London.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still gotta go see Widows.
Widows is out already?
I think so.
Nah, is it?
I don't think it is.
I've been seeing that preview everywhere, bro.
I just started seeing the preview.
Yeah, I know, just like this past week.
Yeah.
So I thought for sure it's coming out like.
I'm juiced for that though. I'm hella juiced for that.
I gotta go find a kid to go watch The Grinch.
You want to watch The Grinch? See, I
hella fuck with the way that they're marketing The Grinch.
I haven't. Who's playing The Grinch this year?
I don't even know. But they made him a little bit younger though.
Grinch,
nah, he's definitely.
You know who
I can't watch that.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see a preview for The Grinch yet.
Yeah, I seen previews for it.
It looked dope.
New music.
It's from the makers of what's the one with the little minions and stuff like that? Despicable Me.
It's like that.
Yeah, so their group is fire.
Elimination or whatever.
Yeah. But anyways, we're off topic.
No. That's good. That's good shit. Because now I know what to go watch. But we got a long list of new music to talk about.
Yeah, buddy.
A very long list. Some singles, some albums, some EPs, and some shit that people are just experimenting with that I think is fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. Think we should start with Vince in that regard. Mm-hmm. Vince released FM, and it's exactly 22 minutes. Mm-hmm. And he can call it an album.
That's what's up. So what's the parameters on that again?
We don't know. No one knows what the parameters are for an album. It used to be 30 minutes. It used to, but now with the streaming shit, it's the Wild Wild West, man. And so I'm not knocking anybody that's taking advantage of it and giving us dope music. And like the music isn't trash.
Right.
Like he got Ali to mix it. The production, Kenny, whoever the fuck Kenny Beats is, that nigga's amazing. It's Kenny Beats, Hagler, and I believe it's like 2 other producers on there. But Kenny Beats did most of that shit, and that shit bangs. And then the fact that he went and got Ali, so it's not. This ain't some just throwaway shit. Yeah. This is something that he cared about.
Yeah.
And that he put time and energy in. It was like, oh, by the way, the actual album will be here in January on you niggas. It's like, whoa, all right. But it's again the streaming shit is allowing for cats to be in their bag, and I'm not mad at anybody doing that shit. So we got.
I feel like how Vince moves, man.
Overall, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you add to that the music is just dope. Like,
yeah.
Do you think these short albums count towards artists like that towards their contract? You know what they're due.
Well, that's the shit with the why Frank Ocean and Def Jam are in court, because he gave them Blonde and
that long song,
the long shit. Yeah, what is that called? I can't ever think of it, but that was his last 2 albums.
When he was like building something.
But it's a long movie and one long song, and he was like, "Yo, here's your last 2 albums. I'm out." And they were like, "Nah, fam, that ain't how this works." He like, it didn't say. And I know he had his lawyer go through that shit to make sure there was some loophole, because you wouldn't just, that ain't some shit you just do. Yeah. And so that's a good question, Poe. Maybe they're writing it now to where it's based on minutes and not delivery. Because if it's just based on delivery, you see how Drake got ahead of his shit and was able to restructure his Universal deal. Like, Vince now, who knows if he's trying to get out of his Def Jam situation. He may not be trying to get out of it. Yeah. He may be 100% happy with his situation, but he's just back to back with it. Yeah. Like, and all of it is dope. And I'm just impressed with it. We got another Styles P record on back of the shit with him and Davies. This is gonna be an unpopular opinion. The Bex Locks member is Styles. I know niggas don't agree. Wait, go ahead, Lex.
Why?
Go ahead.
Wait a minute. There was an argument that he wasn't?
People been saying Jada forever, and I've always been like, nah, Styles is my favorite.
Well, Jada's more popular one.
Huh?
There's a reason his nickname is the Ghost.
Nickname the Ghost.
But Jada, I mean, why though? Because Styles kicks that real shit.
It's not even about real shit.
Like the punchlines.
No, it's just, I just enjoy when Styles gives me a project and it's just Styles by himself. Yeah. I enjoy those. Like the replay value for me of a Styles album, Gangster and a Gentleman, all that shit, is way higher than any Kiss solo project. And I fuck with Kiss. Okay. But I never go like to just like Gangster and a Gentleman came on in the car the other day and I just let that run.
No. I get what you're saying. I mean, I can agree with you on that one. But as far as bar wise, you going with Styles still?
See, and then this is get to our smack conversation later. I've never been punchline guy. Damn. I've never been the nigga that was like, can listen to hella punchlines all day. I need the music to be dope, and I need the concepts to be awesome, and I need the stories to be great. And punchlines sort of limit you.
Yeah, stories are important.
I feel like punchlines limit you, bro. I might be alone in that, but
if you're just punchlines,
Jada can give you a story though, but he gonna give you some hard shit.
I've never been punchline guy.
That's crazy.
I've never, like the Slaughterhouse phenomenon. I only fucked with Slaughterhouse because of Joe.
Me too.
And then as a byproduct became a bigger fan of Royce. Mm-hmm. But the punchline shit is just not for me. Especially if it's smack or if it's a battle, if it's URL, any of that shit, that's where that belongs. But in a song, miss me with that shit, bro. I'm sorry.
So how did you feel? I mean, this is going way left, but how did you feel about Kiss and Fab's mixtape?
Freddie vs. Jason? Nope, not for me. Not for me. Sorry.
It has some tracks, but yeah.
It definitely got hit and miss.
Not for me, dog. Wow. Y'all just gonna give me a whole project of punchlines?
It's not the Soul Tape.
It's exactly. Soul Tape ain't hella punchlines, and that shit's amazing. Soul Tape is one of the greatest projects ever.
Bro, that story in Soul Tape, man.
Soul Tape is one of the best projects ever. I stand by that.
Yeah, I think it was Soul Tape. I think it's 2 or 3.
Whichever
one has situationships.
That's Soul Tape. That's 2, eh? Which one has the marquee on it?
That's
the one with him and Cole. Fuck. And then the shit with him and Wale. It
might be 3.
I think that's the second one.
That's the second one. Soul Tape 2 is my shit. All of them were dope though.
Yeah, no,
that whole Soul Tape series.
No, that was a good series.
That's something we should talk about. Mixtape series. Who has the best mixtape series?
Dedication.
Wayne.
Dedication, Soul Tape,
and The Drought.
I'm not giving you The Drought. The Drought was tight, but Dedication is something else.
Oh, Dedication is dope. Yeah, Dedication is the
Drought is tight. What about Prefix and a Suffix? Can we call that call that a series?
For sure.
Can we call the Squad shit a series?
All that, bro. Do you remember how many squads there was? God damn. Like how long Wayne gave us so much music, bro.
We got the Squad 8 and I was like, all right, Wayne, you got it. You got it.
Squad 8.
We got the Squad 8 and I was like, damn, but that's that 50 inspiration right there. Like once 50 hit the scene, was giving niggas music, and then 50 had the nerve to go take R&B tracks. That bro.
Wait, what you mean?
Go listen to those G Unit mixtapes, bro. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of those flips. The tweet shit. Who flips tweet? 50 did that first.
Who?
Tweet.
The singer Tweet?
Yes.
What about her?
He was flipping that shit. The which one?
One of the New Edition songs or New Edition.
Bruh, everything 50 was flipping was just like, why did this nigga choose this? And why is this so tight?
Well, oh my.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
When you say it like that, it don't sound that tight. Don't ever just ruin my whole moment like that, G.
Nah, because I'm trying to think back to how funny R&B used to be, bro.
So you saying that 50 is the best at flipping R&B records?
Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the reason 50 and G Unit inspired that whole Wayne run that we got. I'm trying to think of what.
No, nigga, Wayne flipping Upgrade You, nigga. Any Beyonce song is still the raw.
Nigga, him flipping Upgrade is still crazy. And flipping it to where
and the one with Brian McKnight, what was that? Untouchable.
I'm trying to remember.
I ain't saying this to get something.
That's not that's Don't Get Too Comfortable. No, that's not that.
It is.
Yeah.
Don't Get Too Comfortable.
Are you talking about Babyface?
Babyface, yeah.
Oh, Babyface. That's what. Yeah.
But I didn't like Upgrade You. The
Beyonce?
Beyonce song.
Oh, gotcha.
And then Wayne comes through and
I thought you meant Wayne's version. I was about to say, bro, who are you?
Whole verse on that?
No. Is there a bigger whole fan than me? Keep it real.
To tell you the truth, bro, and I'm about to get killed for this, I don't like Beyonce songs.
Nah, I'm with you.
She don't always make the best.
I'm
tracks.
with G. You're not the only one, bro. We about to get murdered.
And it's even worse. It's even worse because people live and die by them. So they'll quote them to you, and I'm just like,
I'm gonna take it a step further. Do y'all keep it a buck? Name a bigger whole fan than me? I'll wait. Name one. Name one.
I'll wait.
Okay, so you guys can't name one, right?
What you get into?
So the fact that y'all couldn't name a bigger Hove fan than me, tell me why there isn't one Hove Beyonce record that I like.
You don't like Friends?
Nigga,
No.
713?
You don't like Friends?
No.
713?
No.
Come on, bro.
713. I fuck with
713 raw as
No.
fuck.
Before the album. We're not even gonna put the album in there because the album had the album.
No,
is-
before that, yes.
The album is the first time it
that
goes.
chemistry wasn't
It
on
makes
point.
sense, but
You're right.
I don't like fucking.
don't like what
Bonnie
they
and Clyde. I don't like none of that.
I don't
shit.
like what
that
they
shit
did
was
on Watch the Throne. That what was that track? Because Hov said he thought that shit was gonna take off.
What? Not That's My Bitch.
We're gonna take it to the moon.
Oh, that shit.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
shit.
worst song on Watch the Throne.
I hate that shit.
It's the worst song on Watch the Throne. And Watch the Throne would be a perfect album without that song.
Yep. Why he do that?
No, you gotta, you have to, nigga, if it's Hov,
don't have to do it.
Beyonce's Jesus, my nigga. I get why you do it.
Nah.
You gotta do it. You have to.
It's already you and Ye.
But if it's you, Ye, Frank Ocean, Q-Tip, nigga, if you read
The
those
Dream.
liner notes,
The
Nigga,
Dream,
you
yeah.
gonna tell Beyonce no?
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
She can like do ad-libs.
Sound good.
Yeah, okay.
Sound
It
good.
definitely sound good.
But that track,
you
though-
gotta go home at night.
But it's not just her on that track. It's that track.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
the
not
whole
not-
track.
Yeah,
is
it's
just
not.
like,
It's
what-
not just
what-
her. Damn, I
was
can't
the-
believe we're saying
the
this. Can I
goal?
edit this out?
No.
No, we got
Fuck.
none of this.
Beyonce does have records though. Like, let's not get it fucked up.
Nah,
No,
she
Beyonce has
do.
records. It's just not. They're just not for me.
Oh right. Oh, but they're not.
Yeah, true.
They're for the Beehive, bro.
Yeah.
Like, is there?
Damn, I feel
is,
bad.
Is there any Beyonce record that can match?
But see-
what was Rihanna's album?
Anti.
Anti.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I fuck with Anti. I like I will argue to the death about Anti. There's not one Beyonce record I feel like that
you're
over.
right. Cause I can throw on Rihanna.
I'll put on Anti in a
I
heartbeat.
ain't never
heartbeat.
threw
I'll put on SZA in a heartbeat.
In a
I'll
heartbeat.
put on her in a heartbeat.
Heartbeat.
So is Beyonce overrated?
No, fuck no.
No, I wouldn't say she.
Don't be
overrated.
disrespectful.
Oh, I'm asking.
Don't be disrespectful.
Now the shit that I don't agree with is folks trying to tell me that she's the best performer of all time. Like,
she dead ass is the best performer of all
No,
time.
she could be the second best. You
who?
can't put her in front of Mike.
You niggas, man. Black people in this Michael Jackson shit, bro.
Bro, now you're gonna get killed.
I can't trip.
I don't even care about you getting killed by the other people. You gonna get killed by us.
I'm
nigga.
not doing
That's a
this.
hard
I'm
no.
not because you niggas just sat up here and told me The Weeknd was better than fucking Michael Jackson,
He
bro.
told
I didn't say the Weeknd was a better
shit,
performer than Michael Jackson. Nigga, it's two different topics.
Man,
He said that shit, dog.
I'm not. But y'all, it's a couple things that black people got to stop lying to themselves about, bro.
No, that's not a lie. Mike was the one.
Bro, did Beyonce got her own video? Like VHS.
Nigga, she was before after VHS. What are you talking about? She got her on DVD.
No. Showing all the concerts, people being carried out dead.
Nigga.
Bro. Dead.
Nobody ain't never died at a Beyonce concert.
Dead, nigga. And they just crowd surfed them out of the arena.
Exactly.
Now y'all
all the way to the
right to the ambulance.
Now y'all turning me into a Michael hater, and I'm the biggest Michael stan, nigga. But y'all gotta stop with that Mike being the greatest performer ever.
Who is, nigga? Who's gonna top that?
You're saying Beyonce?
Mike might not even crack top 5, bro.
Oh, now you didn't win. Okay.
I'm going Beyonce, James Brown before any of them, nigga.
God,
Mike surpassed James Brown. He learned from him.
You sound nuts, nigga. Ain't nobody passed James Brown. James Brown is still number 1. And we wasn't even alive for that shit.
Bro, I ain't trying to hear this hard working man in showbiz. Nobody trying to hear that shit.
This nigga was on the chitlin circuit.
That nigga is not Mike.
Y'all got James fucked up.
You
bro.
got Mike fucked up.
Have y'all ever seen?
Ain't nobody trying to look at you do footwork all day.
Nigga. Have you ever seen a nigga make a concert when he know they trying to kill him?
Nigga, y'all have to see.
This is
y'all crazy legs. Nigga. I don't want to watch crazy
y'all
legs.
Y'all have to see the video
stop it.
of when they were doing American Bandstand, and it's James Brown and his band, and then fucking Mick Jagger. What was his band? What's Mick Jagger's band?
I don't know, but we just know Mick Jagger.
We know Mick Jagger, but the band is one of the probably the most popular band ever behind the Beatles.
Now that's a topic.
What?
They got to stop with this rock and roll stuff.
The Beatles?
Like that's just a different time. Like you ain't gonna get nobody that's as big as some of these rock groups because they didn't have like the access.
The Stones. So why can't I think of that shit? Rolling Stones. But anyway,
bro, you can remember Rolling Stones?
I couldn't remember that shit. My bad. I'm losing my shit.
Nah, I can't remember Rolling Stones. It would be a hard time.
But they're doing American Bandstand, and they get to the show, and they tell James Brown like, "Yo, y'all gonna go first." And he's like, "Huh? You gonna make me open for them? What the fuck?" Like he's hot, right? He go, "Bet y'all won't make me open for nobody ever again after this shit." This nigga James Brown, from where the front door is to where this door is, does 1 footwork all the way from that, nigga. We talking about 50 yards right now, fellas. It's the greatest shit I've ever seen, ever. I'm gonna show y'all this video.
Have you ever seen Motown 25?
Yes, nigga. He ain't really moonwalk. It's a conspiracy.
Oh my god. So now we doing that.
I'm not doing it.
Now we're doing the man on the moon theory.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with y'all. Man.
There wasn't a man on the moon and there wasn't a moonwalk.
It for sure wasn't a man on the moon. Have you seen the videos?
No, I don't believe it either. So it's good.
No, see now y'all turned me into a Michael hater, bro. Because I had to clean up.
You is hating.
I'm not hating, but y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop.
This stuff, man.
Anyways, we've killed ourselves enough for one episode. Now let's kill ourselves even more. Talking about House of Cards.
I'm
you
still
was
on
done
the
with the
first
music?
episode.
Huh?
You was done with the music? That was all the
Oh,
music?
no.
That was all music you heard?
Yeah,
We got
My nigga just want to get his styles rocks off. He was good.
No, my bad. We got distracted. Start talking about shit. Action, new shit from Action. Do y'all fuck with Bronson like that? No.
Nah, I fuck with his show.
I'm a Bronson fan. He can rap his ass off and make good music, and that's right. White Broncos right along in the lines of that. There's good music that you can mob to. But we all differ in that regard. That I like to just on a Saturday, I don't have nowhere to fucking go. Mm-hmm. Get on San Pablo and take San Pablo from fucking Hercules to Oakland and just listen to music on a Saturday. That's how I spend my Saturday. It's weird, I know, but I might stop and get something to eat. Mm-hmm. That's it, and just keep mobbing.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But
me and Pona took plenty of trips.
The type of music that Action makes fits that rock. Saturdays is made for Rock Marciano. Like that's the type of shit I listen to. So we differ in that regard.
Who?
Yeah, don't be disrespectful.
Rocky Marciano?
Rock Marciano.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, nigga, what they was talking about on Coming to America?
Rock Marcy, man, don't be disrespectful, man.
You must be out of your goddamn.
Did y'all listen to Swiss?
Definitely Swiss.
I didn't listen to the whole shit.
Definitely looking Swiss.
What'd you make it? Which ones did you listen to?
Just the shit that he already put out, and then
did you listen to shit with Wayne?
That Gibbs track. Yeah, I listened to that.
Okay.
Piss on my side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to that.
Swizzy does a really good job.
We're not gonna talk about Takeoff, Metro Boom.
We getting there. We getting there, man. We got shit to work through.
We can't just name an album and then move to the next one, man.
Hey, right? Exactly.
Nigga, you listen to Swiss? All right, cool.
So, no. So you say Swiss does a good job at what, G?
Nah, Swiss does a really good job. Like, that nigga really is a one-man band, man, bro. Like, that nigga's beats is nuts. And I feel like he does a really good job at catering to people's strong suits. So when you get a Swiss beat, I feel like everybody performs on a Swiss beat.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing lacking. Like I was like, damn, I didn't even know Jim Jones still rapped. Like I know he just got a.
Wait a minute, Jimmy's last one was hard.
That's what I heard about that. I haven't listened to it.
The way Wasted Talent was crazy.
Yeah. I heard about it. That's the last one.
Yeah.
Who is he? Who do you just get a contract with?
He's Rock Nation.
Rock Nation.
Yeah, he's Rock Nation.
That's right. Yeah, I also got a tune in.
Nah, Swiss. You right, G. Swiss does have that thing where he can sort of.
That cold blooded with push.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
That shit was crazy.
Listen to that shit.
Kendrick and the Lox together.
That was interesting.
It was interesting, and I was
Kendrick and the Lox.
Yeah.
Kendrick's
on the chorus.
Yeah.
And Sheik and Styles Jada and Styles get their shit off. So I was kind of disappointed ain't the word because the song's dope. Mm-hmm. But if you tell me you got Kendrick and the Lox, oh nigga,
yeah,
sign me up every time. But it was Kendrick and the Lox, but at the same time it wasn't because it's just Dot on the hook. So what is it? Song format?
It was definitely a pump fake.
No, it's a dope song. But I just really if you tell me you got Kendrick and the Lox on a song, I want Kendrick and the Lox on a song.
Yeah.
And so it's just like you read that in the liner notes and the track listing. And like nigga, I almost hyperventilated trying to listen to that.
But that's
song.
what happens when you get a Pulitzer though. Like you just be out here doing
just doing hooks.
just throw a name out there, everybody go listen to it.
Just doing hooks. How many artists are like that today? Where if you see their name on the track listing, you bug the fuck out to listen to it.
Kendrick,
yeah,
Drake,
yeah, Cole, Hove. I'll say Hove. I'm always interested to see what Wayne do. You know, this was before the album, so I always
Wayne always got to listen no matter what.
Yeah, Pac.
Who?
Because you don't never know where they gonna throw his unreleased shit on.
If a nigga drop
I thought that was a new nigga.
If a nigga drop his track listing today and got Pac in it, bro, I'm fighting. I gotta stop. That shit gotta stop.
That's promote.
That shit gotta stop.
I got one of Pac's last verses.
That shit gotta stop, bro.
It's never gonna stop. You know how many niggas in Berkeley?
That must be dude.
I got Pac vocals.
No. I got Dre last.
Dre now, but in fairness though, this nigga that was trying to manage me at one point was like really hella close with Mac Dre, and he was like, Dre would go to SAT, record, like do like a 4 or 5 hour block there, however many songs he can get off, come back to Vallejo, do another 4 hour block, cross the bridge, stop in the Rich, do something, come to the town, do something, go as far as San Ho, and this is in a night we talking about. Or just doing songs. So niggas probably not lying when they say they got a Dre verse somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that from multiple people that say Dre would just pull up, like, just ready to work. You just one of them niggas that just always wanted to rap. So that shit probably true. And the Pac shit is probably true. It's just been prostituted so much and not done in a tasteful manner. Like, no, that's not true. I'm not even going to front like that. I think my taste in music is superb. Mm-hmm. For the life of me, I don't understand how niggas put out off-time remixes with Pac vocals and it's just not in time or it won't be in key. Like, that shit makes my skin crawl. And it's like, dog, just pay attention to detail. You so thirsty to put the shit out that you didn't do it right.
Yeah.
Because it could have been done dope.
Yeah.
Like, if you got a Pac acapella somewhere, just take the time to produce the shit right. Don't be so thirsty where you just throw it out. That'd be my problem with remix DJs. Like, fucking Tall Black Guy is probably the best at that shit, making flips. He's a producer out of the D. I think he's in DC now. But shout out to Tall Black Guy. The shit that he makes, dog, it'll make you go. Tall Black Guy, Salam Remy, and it's a few of them that do remixes so fucking well that it makes you go, all right, y'all got to step y'all game up. Like, if you're gonna flip some shit or if you're gonna make a remix and take an acapella somewhere, take that shit somewhere.
Yeah.
And make it a whole brand new song. And that's what them type of niggas do. So I just be irritated at niggas that half-ass it. Cause you don't have to half-ass it. You don't. You 100% don't have to half-ass it. Her, G. You're our her corner. What the fuck is this prelude and where did it come from?
Bro.
Did you know this was coming?
I did not know this was coming. I did listen to the first one. I listened to the first EP, so this was just the second part to it. And yeah, she just continued on.
Vleo's finest.
She's raw as fuck, bro.
Yeah. Are you her fan?
Like she's really from that Prince strand though.
Yeah.
Prince.
Mm-hmm. Like that's her like her idol or whatever. So that's like
you can hear it. And she is one of those people though that I would be heartbroken to find out that she wasn't pinning majority of her shit. Like I wouldn't be mad.
That's how, bro. So you try to kill me on this. That's how I felt about Lauryn Hill.
Okay, I see. Because of the subject matter.
Because of the subject matter.
Okay,
exactly.
and that's okay. I see how you get there now, G, with the Lauryn Hill shit.
Just the type of stuff it depends. You know what I mean?
Money, you wasn't tripping if Lauren wrote her.
You weren't there that day, huh?
Nah.
No.
Really?
Nigga, knowing what we know now.
No, he's talking about the impact it had though on like the family and stuff like that. He's like your mom or something like that. Was big on it.
Yeah.
Yo, like knowing what we know now, I'm just like, ain't nobody writing shit no way 100%. Like everybody getting help. Now that we find out, like niggas is sitting in interviews with Vlad talking about Cube ain't write his shit with a straight face. Like, bro, you can't. I just watched Vlad tell me that Cube was better than Jay-Z. You can't tell me that after you just told me Cube's people are writing his raps.
Who said that?
King T was on Vlad TV talking about that shit, which is okay. Like I'm not mad at it. But pick one, guys. Like, I don't want to have a conversation about who's better than who if one nigga is openly like, yeah, man, we always was writing each other raps. Huh?
Boy, talk about moving the field goal post, man, because, bro, you for sure got to come to grips on which one it is that you rock with.
Pick a side, dude. I just want everybody to pick a side. Because I don't want them to keep killing Drake for making great music and just acknowledging, like, yo, it's just easier to collaborate. Yeah. Like, but then Dot is out here breaking his fucking neck to write all his raps. Like
exactly the amount of time that it takes.
I think the reason why I was questioning you on it is because the stature that album holds for most women, like that's their reference
people,
point.
Man.
Oh, people.
I don't see that, and that's the fucked up part. If that was the reference point for most women, I think we'd be having a different conversation about women. I don't think that's as true as we like to think. That a lot of women fuck with the miseducation.
They do. They just don't live by it.
Ah, okay. Well, that's different.
They like to reference it when they
they live by more like Erykah Badu.
If they live by Erykah Badu, it'd be a different type of time too, G.
You're right.
That's what I'm saying. Like if they live by those two,
that's somebody I'll be sad.
Let's not get into this conversation.
No, let's have this conversation.
Where we're going.
We here.
We cannot talk about what women live by without a woman here.
We could talk about our experience.
Okay.
And what they really living by outside of the IG captions.
Okay, so women really live by SW.
I'm for that combo.
No.
Weak in the knees. What you talking about? No. How many girls do you know try to sing weak in the knees to your ass? And that girl don't know nothing about no love and getting weak in the knees.
This nigga's sick.
No, where to manufacture that from?
Don't know nothing about no love. And she trying to sing weak in the knees. Poe, you have lost your mind, bro. What?
You wanted to go there?
Nah, I'm glad. Let's double back. Back to her, G, because Poe about to get us
roasted.
He about to get us took all the way.
That nigga try to put us.
So y'all never had a chick
be a s'more.
Sit up there.
I've never had no chick sing me weak in the knees, bro. What?
Or played it in the background while she on the phone with you?
No, definitely playing it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened.
That's what I'm saying. She gonna naturally sing it on the phone.
Them little subliminals. Yeah.
That's not the same as living by it, though.
You start throwing them little subliminals.
That's
out
not
there.
the same as living by.
Like, girl,
cater to you.
Let me cater to you is a staple.
They not living by that.
Hell no. Who had that conversation recently about cater to you?
Joe and them?
Maybe that's where I heard it at, because I've heard
that was a while ago. Though.
I heard that conversation recently and
What was
like,
that?
and thought like if chicks was like, if you really in a beehive and cater to you, come on, like you ain't really living by that.
You're not brushing my hair, put my do rag on. Yeah. You ain't doing all that.
But hey, you see what happened when they brush your hair and put your do rag on? Nikki was completely brushing Meek waves out, like for that picture. Meek was hot. That's why they broke up.
In the video?
Yeah, that's why they broke. That's 100% why they broke up. She was brushing my man waves out. That's a no.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's rough.
Nah, man. So her.
Yeah, her was special though, especially that last song, man. That
what's on the project?
On the project.
Is it? How many songs? Is it 6? Is it 8?
8.
8.
Yeah, I think it's 8. But Lord is Coming.
Oh, nigga.
Boy.
Yes.
It was way too much real talk for one song.
It's songs like that where I'm like, I hope she is pinning her shit.
Exactly. Which she I would say so.
Yeah.
Like that poem was for sure hers.
Man.
The shit that you gotta get off your chest. But that in a nutshell, that's how I look at humanity, is exactly how she wrote that song.
Huh.
I'm about to tune in.
Yeah, that's a must. That's a must listen for everybody. All this shit that we're talking about is, at least in my eyes, is a must listen. But hers at the top of the list. Did y'all make it through Takeoff shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how we feel? We feel vindicated.
She's well rounded, man.
Yeah, Takeoff.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't too long to where it was too
much to get
too
through.
repetitive.
Yeah,
and shit
yeah.
like that. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. It's a cool display.
I think well rounded is the best way to put it. It was thorough and like balanced.
Yeah.
From the gate, like the second you turn it on, it's like, oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He held his own. He held his own. He had shit to say. It's interesting though, because if you go back to that interview with Joe, when they were doing like you got left off of Bad and Bougie. Look like I got. Bro, going back to that though, man, when you really think about it, isn't the grand scheme of things? So we like to get caught up in these conversations on who's the most popular if they're in a group, or who's the big time one, or who's getting paid the most. We always like to count people's pockets, stuff like that. But or who gets the most attention, all that stuff. But if you really think about it, that was a trill statement though. To say
do it look like I got left off? I'm sitting right here in this interview with you, and I got paid.
My nigga, because it's a Migos song. Yeah. So if Migos has a song, regardless if I'm on it or not, if I'm just doing ad libs or whatever the hell it is, and it's getting this much attention, that helps our pockets in the long run. Everybody in this group, regardless.
Yeah.
So that's just, I was just thinking about that when I was listening to Takeoff's entire album, was that somebody that well-rounded a few months ago was out here, had a name like Academic trying to play him.
Well, since we jumping out the window, on this whole episode, I think this episode is called Jumping Out the Window, because we've been saying, or at least I've been saying wild shit. I may as well double down.
Oh no, we out here throwing shit out here. What's up?
And Joe's mentality, especially when it comes to what he has to say to Atlanta guys, he's like, "Oh, y'all always faking about peace and harmony, and y'all ain't beefing with each other," is 100% why New York is in the state that it's in right now. Mm-hmm. Think about it. At their height, 50.
Are we still giving that to Fifth?
No. I'm not even because I'm not solely putting this on Fifth no more. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
There's no
New York state of mind.
At the New York state of mind at 50's height. Mm-hmm. There's no 50 J collab. There's no 50 Dipset collab. No, there's no 50 Joe collab because niggas was funking.
All right.
There's no Dipset collab that I'm outside of New York state of mind that means something to us.
All right.
They're like all of the niggas who should have done something together didn't do anything together because they were funking. And when you look at why Atlanta, while we're looking at 25 years of Atlanta's dominance, they biggest niggas. Even though at one time, even though Gucci and Jeezy had their thing, that didn't stop niggas from around Gucci and Jeezy to work with each other.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So Atlanta did because Gucci and Jeezy shit could have 100% divided the whole city, where that could have stopped their run, and it didn't. Mm-hmm. And we're still talking about them being in front of everybody today, where even with New York's resurgence of their youth, OGs were hating on ASAP and them, bro.
Right.
Oh man, this ain't real how New York really sound. Ferguson, ASAP damn near carried y'all niggas. Y'all should be kissing their ass 100%.
Right.
But big up Flatbush Zombies for what they're doing, because they carrying y'all and making y'all irrelevant in a real ass way. The first thing they wanted to go, action is having a moment. Oh, he sound too much like Ghostface. Fuck that nigga. Wait, what? This is y'all. Embrace them. Lift them up.
Or French going to the south.
French.
Yeah.
Like these are the niggas. Like y'all at New York. They want to keep talking about New York. Oh, do we not represent? Man, New York then had some big ass moments that because they're splintered and fractured, that the whole tri-state couldn't get behind because certain niggas didn't fuck with certain niggas. That's their fault.
Do you think New York would lose their sound if they collaborated more?
Would lose their sound?
Yeah, because
does New York even have a sound still? Like, yeah, we can go to the
when you listen to Dave and Styles, they have it. They had like that fucking tape.
But I'm talking about like new generation, like Mo Bamba,
Sheck West.
Yeah,
Sheck West. But again, there's the internet. It's not like the reason everything was so regional. There was no internet.
Right.
So the Bay only had the Bay. LA only had LA. Those sounds were completely different. We would agree.
All right.
Even between New Orleans and Houston, the sounds were fucking different, like worlds apart. Memphis, what Juice and them came and did was completely left, and then JD and them in Atlanta, and then you go up New York and you go down to Miami. All the sounds were completely different.
Right.
The internet's here, and now all the influences are bleeding in. And to me, has made for a more incredible sound. Like Rocky and them spin on being influenced by chopped and screw shit, like by Houston, is so fucking miraculous to me, because it's like the perfect hybrid of something.
All right.
Like that, like when you like, you guys don't smoke like that, but the perfect blends of weed, of sativa and indica. Like I really love what an indica, like the perks from it. But I couldn't just smoke pure indica, nigga. I'd be fucking wrecked, you know. So that hybrid blend, and it's the same with the music. Like it's Dipset and UGK together. If Dipset and UGK had a fucking baby, is what ASAP and them are. And that shit sounds miraculous to me. Am I crazy for liking that?
No. That's why I was just saying. Does New York really have a sound? Just because
nobody has a sound.
Because
nobody
internet,
has a sound. No one has. And for niggas to keep trying to take ownership of something. That's why that whole LA versus the Bay shit was so frustrating, because it's like, dog, no, can't nobody really claim this shit. Like the Bay wants to, and we should, but it's so much shit that we've gotten fucked over for. It's like at this point, man, y'all got to get off that ownership shit.
Man, I have a theory.
On what?
And I mean, you might have to edit this out, but
like we don't do edits, bro.
Why is the Bay Area so like restrained from the music industry?
Not the industry, Poe. That's a good ass question, because I just had this conversation with marketing, a friend that works in marketing, and we were talking about Dame.
Is it because we're individuals?
We're talking about Dame Lillard, and Dame has all the makings of a superstar.
For sure.
Can't nobody fuck with him one-on-one.
Yeah.
He's baking all the niggas who are getting MVPs and that everybody fuck with. Dame goes head to head with them, and he's dropped a 30 piece on he's dropped a 30 on Russ, on CP. He likes Steph. When Dame sees Steph, nigga, he sees Greek.
Right.
So all you niggas' favorite niggas, Dame has torched every single one of them, right?
Yeah.
But where's Dame from?
The town.
Bruh. Town niggas especially. It's a Bay thing, but town niggas especially, because we sit next to one.
I think it's an envy. It's like a real envy.
It's not even an envy. It's one step further. It's not nothing the outside world is doing to us. It's how we move. How we
move. Yeah.
We just humble, dog. Like that shit don't mean nothing to us. Dame come back here, and that's nigga. You Dame, nigga. Like, but you nice. That nigga's nice.
Yeah.
But he's so grounded. That fake shit doesn't mean anything. And unfortunately, in order for you to become a superstar, you have to be inflated in some way. And whenever you touch down back home, you get grounded in the realest way. Mm-hmm. And in all actuality, it leads to a lot more longevity than becoming than what a superstar is. Because then you can't ever really function in actual reality. Right. Dame can function in reality with on a superstar caliber level of torching the superstars. It's 40 at his height, short at his height. All them niggas. MC Hammer, even at his height, nigga, was still grounded because he's a town nigga. The end of the GP is when you see him, he don't be on no Hollywood shit. Never.
Well, I was bringing it up.
He is living the life, boy. he got his meals, bro, and he has been tough.
But again, it's the shit that comes with being from the Bay. You're always gonna have this thing about you, and that's what I was trying to explain to them. They're like, "Yo, why Dame don't get the?" And it's not even about the respect. Guess who does respect Dame? His peers, and everybody at home, right. and everybody that has to coach against him. He gets the respect from where the respect matters. We in the Bay, we don't do that fake respect shit. Fake respect. From the where it don't matter from. All right. All the fake likes and the fake love.
That's how that Marshawn story go too.
Marshawn is the same way.
Like folks didn't really get interested in Marshawn until he wasn't giving people answers to interviews.
Because he's like, dog, this shit is so unnecessary. We don't do fake love where I'm from. And we don't. Right. The Bay, like niggas always talk about how hard it is to perform in New York and shit. The Bay is the same way. I
still think the best shit ever is when Marshawn scores and he goes and gives everybody handshakes.
That shit so tight.
Don't slap me inside my helmet, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, he ain't doing none of that extra shit.
He 100% hit you with that.
No, we're getting handshakes off. What's up?
Nah, I stand by that shit, man. And I know people. I know a lot of people see it as not getting a recognition, but 40 is respected by everyone.
True. For a reason. This goes into what I actually was trying to walk into.
What's up?
So we all know every time somebody comes out here, artists or whatever, they check in with 40, Fab, Too Short.
Yep.
And it's just like you always see them come out and perform or whatever. But do y'all feel like that I don't want to say the old heads, but the veterans of the Bay, do they put on for the up and comings?
I think they do.
You think so?
I think they do. I wouldn't know. I don't have access and interact with them.
Yeah.
But like anything, if you get enough traction, or you're talking about Neff, talking about SOB, if you're talking about Chippers,
yeah, it takes that.
Like they fuck with all of them, and I'm glad those niggas got looks because they're nice.
Yeah,
like they truly are. So if they got their looks, the OGs are tapped in some regard, or they got some young niggas around them that are telling them to look at these niggas, the niggas that are doing stuff and having viral moments and all that shit. You can't. And that shit's tough too, because you want the OGs to do this, do that, but they don't have time to go seek out somebody that, like, if you don't just happen to come across their radar, they can't really reach back like that. You have to build something on your own already.
Right.
You have to
exactly.
Have done
That's
the
what I was
work
about to say, because you got to think about just the type of mentality you got to have to get to some of those heights.
Yes.
And
resiliency.
You got to go through some of that resiliency before you can even get to the love and the hype and all that stuff like that that you're seeking or whatever.
100%.
You know what I mean? You gotta have some groundwork first. You know, you can't just have it given. You know what I mean? And in a way, you know what I mean? Right. At some point, I would hope that that's something, but you know,
my mentality changed on that too, because. And I think it is a rite of passage as an artist, because immediately when you start, you think you're the nicest nigga, and you think, oh, such and such, because you know such and such, they should help you.
Yeah.
And a real rude awakening for me is that those people have been through so much already. They need to know that it's real to you. Yeah. That you not just here visiting. And they give you a cosign and then you dip, and then they've wasted that cosign.
Right. Yeah.
It makes them look bad.
Can't just be throwing our cosign.
You can't just be throwing that shit around. And so that my mentality changed on that 100%, where it's like, okay, let me go show and prove to the OG that this is for real for me, that I want this, that I'm want to be here, that I'm going to work my ass off. It's so much easier to co-sign someone who's working their ass off.
Right.
That don't fuck off relationships.
Right.
That's on time for meetings. And then on top of that, the music is becoming consistent now. You know, there is this maturation process that everybody has to have. But immediately when you get in the game, you're like, oh, nigga, I know such and such. They gonna do this for me. Like, even, like, think about relationship with Sue and Pilo and them. Like, them is really my niggas, like, forever.
Yeah.
But I couldn't just go to them and be like, yo, fam, do a feat. They would have done it because they fuck with me. But they've been working their ass off. Like, they've risked a lot of shit to get to the points that they are at now, where I can't just go, my nigga, give me a verse, such and such. Like, they gonna do it, but they gonna, at the back of their mind, like, my nigga, you just got here.
All right.
You just got back from college, nigga. We bypassed that shit to do this shit. Like, everybody is sacrificing something, and it's only natural to want the niggas you working with and growing with to have sacrificed something of equal value. You know, so that they understand, so that they appreciate the shit. At the end, that's all it is just an appreciation for the work ethic. And so I think the people who learn not to take it personal are the ones who eventually break through and have longevity and sustain the shit.
That's what it is, man. I always say, just in the heart of hearts, man, don't become jaded.
Don't become jaded,
bro. That's the best lesson to learn, bro. Because it's always gonna be something.
It's forever since the beginning of time. You know, there's you want the shortcut. You want the shortcut to success, and what every successful person will tell you is that there isn't one. Right. The blood, sweat, and tears, the depression, the sadness, the uncertainty, like all of that comes with betting on yourself and something that the percentages, especially in the percentages of like creative expression and getting paid for art, my nigga, like less than 1% of the people actually break through. So with that in mind already, who the fuck do you think you are to think you just gonna show up and get it immediately?
Right.
That's so cheating the process.
Which is what Kevin Hart was talking about.
100% what Kevin Hart was talking about. Now I don't know how. Yeah. That's dead ass what he was talking about.
Dead ass. Everything that you just said right there that we've been talking about in this topic was exactly the nitty gritty of what Kevin Hart was talking about.
Don't ever get it fucked up. It's just work. Like Nip was saying, they're like, yo, you have any advice for because Nip had his moment this year. We're still, nigga, we almost through the year. Nip came out early and we still talking about Nip for album of the year. Yeah. So they're like, yo, what'd you do? How'd you do it? Like, oh, I just didn't quit. There's no genius to this shit. I just didn't quit. When I probably should have. That's amazing to me. Because it's like that.
This nigga's so nice, man.
How often can you have that conversation with people? Hov was saying it in his Rap Radar shit. It's like everybody's only looking at who I am now. No one's thinking about when he was getting shitty reviews for Reasonable Doubt.
Right.
You know, and you got that all comes with it. It all is a part of the territory. So do the work. Either and make a decision. Either this is for you or it's not, and then go through the shit because you can't go around it. Yeah, you just can't. How the fuck did we start talking about that from her,
bro? Did you hear that Dame interview?
Which one?
It was at some radio show. Let me find that shit.
Dame, all of Dame's in there. I could listen to Dame talk for hours,
bro. Killed it. But it was this one.
I think I've been successful is because I didn't care. If I cared, I probably would be too scared to promote people that people don't want to promote. You know, it takes fearlessness to be first. Yep. You know, to not move with a crowd, to move alone. You know, and you get scrutinized by people that do move with a crowd because they got to make you look bad to make themselves look good. Yep. It's all part of the game. It's like a guy that's in high school that gets all the girls. The rest of the dudes hate him in high school. Yep. So my whole life has been being that guy in high school that everyone hates because I keep taking their girls.
I could listen to that nigga talk all day because he's saying the realest shit.
Always.
And when you know, I was just telling my boy Push this the other day. All of my peers, y'all included, weren't listening to Hov in real time. I was. I didn't know what it all meant, but I became fascinated with the story. Mm-hmm. And so the story is every label goes, nah, he's not, he don't have it. Like, this ain't good. Like, every label said that. So what Dame just said in that, exactly what Dame just said in that, because even his crew was saying that. Biggs and them didn't really fuck with Jay's shit until the battle.
Right.
Dame is the one going, no, he's nice, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Like, he's nice. Even to the point where, like, they heard no so many times to the point where Jay was like, yeah, maybe I ain't got it. But Dame is like, nah, fam, you got this shit.
Yeah.
Because that nigga's making a lot in the streets.
And so and that fearlessness he talks about. And so maybe I am delusional. You know, perhaps. Like it's a lot of niggas that go, yo, money. Shit, like, yo, I was just making a song the other day in an intro, like, yo, I know niggas be like, yo, when is fam gonna get this shit up? And it's like, nah, bro, I believe in this shit. Just cause you've heard no so many times, like, I feel like I know better than them. Like, I feel like I got better taste in art than a lot of the niggas who are the gatekeepers. I genuinely believe that. How many times I've been able to put people on this shit, like, I know what's what.
Right.
And it's the same goes for me and myself. Like, I know the fearlessness and the isolation that comes with believing in something so specific that the world just hasn't seen yet or embraced yet or experienced yet. Like, there's isolation in that shit. You on an island by yourself because you're like, yo, this shit is tight. And everybody's looking at you like, this nigga's nuts.
Dope ass island, bro. Dope ass island, man.
The solitude.
Y'all should see the views, man.
and that's all you ever want for everybody is to believe in something so much that they don't take it personal when people don't fuck with it. Like, 'cause it's not a personal attack.
Right.
It's just a matter of taste.
And that's a lost art. You know what I mean? Like, I think we definitely have people, and you see the people that's breaking through or whatever. That, of course, we don't hear the story. We hear the story later.
Yeah.
But that's a lost art that people like to just jump right to fame.
Yeah.
Without any of the inner workings or any of the infrastructure to actually make this be longevity.
Yes.
That's how come people end up fucked up though.
Exactly.
They be like today when they be blowing up so fast, niggas don't know how to maintain it because they didn't go through no trials or tribulations. Like
it's back to that appreciation conversation. You appreciate it so much more when you understand the value. And you only get value through trial and error.
All right.
Like without any idea of what the value is, you fuck it off. 10 times out of 10. If you don't understand the value in something, you fuck it off. Relationships, we're not even just talking about money and monetary gain. Like, think about relationships. Think about how many, like, good girls you dogged to realize, like, oh, fuck. Like, even if it wasn't on a romantic shit, I fucked with her beyond that shit. And I dogged her and I fucked up the relationship. That's some shit you learn as you get older. Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah, you on your own, bro.
All right, I'm
I appreciate
the only
all
one.
my beautiful women out there that I've met, ever encountered. We are still friends today.
This nigga is
this
wild.
This has been a PSA by Juan Poe.
And that is Armani Jackson talking, that's saying that he fucked y'all over.
How dare he?
Oh, geez. Oh, wait.
L.
You got quiet too, though.
L. and Poe.
Damn. See, I was trying to focus that attention that way. I didn't expect it to come this
No,
way.
he take the L on that. That's him.
Both
Speak
of y'all
for
got
yourself.
Both of y'all got.
We are all individuals on this podcast. We have Money Draper.
That's an individual thought about money. Oh, y'all trash for that shit. Can we get back to House of Cards? Because you cut me off because I was skipping shit.
Bro, how did we get all the way here from House of Cards?
Because we was talking about new music and G was like,
Nigga, this has been a rabbit hole podcast.
Yeah, you just can't skip.
We didn't even finish all the new albums though.
What did we miss?
There's another one?
I'm not talking about Metro Boomin, bro.
You don't fuck with Metro?
Metro's dope.
Oh, I'm just saying.
But the retirement shit is niggas got to stop that for a rollout. They got to stop that retirement shit.
Yeah, that's about it.
Wasn't it Gucci that paid him to come back though?
Gucci
Metro,
said he gave him
bro,
$1 million.
Metro wasn't going nowhere. Metro is one of the most brilliant creatives of the last century. I stand by that shit.
Time out. Metro retired?
Oh,
Supposedly.
Like, nigga, I'm lost.
Supposedly he retired. But he still, I mean, it might have been old shit.
he wasn't going nowhere.
I think he just wanted to take a break.
He
got wind that he retired.
Metro will be the first nigga to tell you this shit is fake.
Yeah.
Metro is just here for the creativity. He's 100%.
Yeah, now that's a person that was getting no's, and that's crazy. Like you gotta feel like in a way a little nuts. Like I'm giving you this fire, and you're telling me that this ain't it. This ain't the wave.
Imagine you giving out fire that you made like 5-6 years ago though.
That's what all of it. That's what a lot of them niggas
I try
end
to
up
play
doing.
this for all y'all.
And y'all told me no.
Yeah.
I played you the same exact thing. But that's back to that algorithm shit we was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can have a meeting and present something. They'll go, oh, let's look at the social numbers. If the social numbers aren't in the realm of what they think they should be, they don't consume it the same way. Go back with the right social numbers. Oh, this is the greatest thing ever. Fam, this is exact, like it's the placebo effect. Mm-hmm. It's 100% what it is. Present them something when your social numbers are one way. Go back with the same exact thing when you got some clout.
Yeah.
That's why I don't blame the kids. All these clout chase. Fuck yes, go yeah. If that's the game these motherfuckers want to play, by all means.
So money, if you get 10,000 followers,
I'm lit.
Get the bag?
Watch.
I seen somebody selling a page for $80.
Hey,
24,000.
Point me in a direction.
All right, for sure.
Point me in it because I'm dog. That's literally how that shit go.
Yeah, sell out.
What, nigga? First in line.
I think I'm trying to sell out, nigga. Where do I go?
Hey, zoom in, Lex. Hey, who's selling their page right now, nigga? 20K and up. I need 20K followers by Monday, nigga. 20K money.
Throw them bids out.
I ain't even gonna be verified. I'm just gonna be at 20K. Be like, why this nigga not verified? Because them followers ain't real. No, but it's the placebo effect, 100%. So I'm not mad at these kids. I'm not mad at nobody getting it that way, especially when you're dealing with brands. Yeah, like because it's lazy ass people that determine what's what, that don't know the cool at all. Yeah, like that's the purgatory creatives are stuck in right now. We curate the cool, and it's back to what Dame was talking about. G, you gotta be fearless in creativity. There's no space for fear in creativity, none at all. And then so you create this thing, and then you go to present it so that it gets seen by the right amount of people. And because somebody's scared or lazy or comfortable, they don't have to.
They got all three.
Yeah, all three. They don't have to see the potential in this. They don't have to have an imagination. They're comfortable. Imagination comes out of desperation. Niggas that are the most uncomfortable man, look at how creative oppressed people are. Yeah. So if you sitting in the office, my nigga, and someone with that desperation and creativity comes and presents you something, you can't see that. Right. You have no means of seeing the genius in that. And we know it happens over and over again, but the same lazy motherfuckers
with no background, like with no resume,
man, occupy the same seats because that's where the nepotism is. Those seats hold so much value. That's where the CEO, who was the nephew of somebody that started in a mailroom, gets to be the CEO or the vice president, and that circle of nepotism continues. And so it's a bunch of motherfuckers with no imagination writing the checks. Yeah, it's a shitty cycle. It's a shitty cycle. My heart hurts for these kids that have the passion to express and shit that may not be heard or seen because somebody lazy is occupying a seat that should be theirs.
Yeah, that's how you end up going out of business.
Man.
Like, it's only a matter of time.
Aaron Donald's a fucking stud, dude.
God damn, that nigga ran that boy over.
All right, y'all keep cutting me off for House of Cards. Fuck. God, leave.
Well, we was trying to throw the smoke over there because I haven't actually watched it yet.
Oh, that's what we're diverting from. Okay, no, I've only watched one episode.
Okay, how's it look?
I just started. I'm only 10 minutes in.
Oh fuck, never mind.
How's it looking?
Lex, you watch House of Cards? No.
They've made her see, like, the way it opens up is just her just super, like, on her shit. Like, she don't give a shit about nothing.
So you gotta watch the rest of the episode.
I'm just saying the way it's starting off.
Let's have a real conversation.
Okay.
Because some real shit happened in and around this show.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Did you see how they introed that? They just completely cut him out.
They did.
That's what I'm getting to.
He only said 2 words. They showed his face once.
Y'all gonna play pussy right now? Or we gonna have this conversation?
Yes, go ahead.
Y'all left me hanging on like 3 of them already. Where you? G already called.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on this conversation. I'm with you on this convo.
So House of Cards, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey, easily one of the top performance of a lead character that we've seen. Am I wrong in saying that?
Yes.
I'm wrong in saying that?
No.
We agree.
No, we agree with you.
One of the top performers we've ever seen
Yes.
in a performance in a show, right? In an original series, right?
What's in the box?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the way that he talks that he pulls you in every single time.
So
he says
engaging.
something.
It's an incredible show. He was found to be. I don't even know if he was found to be guilty. There were some disturbing allegations against him. 100%.
He admitted it.
It was his response.
His response.
His response that threw everybody off.
Okay.
So he threw them off.
So he's disgusting.
Threw them off.
He's 100% disgusting.
Well, I don't know.
I'm with you because of the story the brother then told about how abused both of them were, but mainly Kevin. And that doesn't justify it in any way at all. Where all of this gets muddy for me though, is that Netflix, House of Cards as a brand, they got a cult-like following that loves that show.
Yeah.
The show must go on. The show must go on. This is when the show must go on.
It's like the Connors.
The show must go. And the show went on, y'all.
Yeah. It for sure did.
And that entire premise of that first episode, and I'm not sure how that's going to carry through the rest of the season, is distancing themselves as far as possible from anything. Like the whole first episode is dedicated to making you forget about Kevin Spacey. This one of the most incredible performances you've ever seen, and the whole first episode is dedicated to making you forget about it.
Yep.
Impossible. And Robin Wright is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, don't ever get that fucked up.
Well, like they don't mention him or anything?
No. They talk about him the whole episode, G.
Did they kill him off?
Yeah, but
he did before the episode started.
Oh, okay.
It's spoiler alert for everybody that watches.
I mean, it's in the
recap. Yeah, it's in the recap.
Well, if you didn't know already, Kevin Spacey got in trouble and he's not on the show.
And he's not on the show, and they had to kill him off.
There's a way that they had to go about it.
And they chose a really creative way to do it, where he gets to be a part of the storyline the rest of the show. That's my beef with it.
Oh, that they're still utilizing.
You're still utilizing his likeness, but we don't fuck with him.
Yeah, that's weak. That's weak.
It made me uncomfortable. Pick a side.
That's very weak.
Pick a side. Is he disgusting or not? But you don't get to still monetize it though. Pick a fucking side, man. This shit is disgusting. Don't play moral police and still get paid for it.
Did they pull Louis C.K. shit? They did, right?
Who? Netflix?
Yeah. They pulled all his shit off, right?
I think so.
They just got to pull the plug. If they're that morally sound, you know.
But then the argument is Robin Wright's incredible performance. They're not getting rid of it. So that's what I'm saying. Pick a side. Don't still monetize from it and try to throw it in our face of what a fuck up he was and what a bad guy he was, and throw that and write that in a storyline. Frank Underwood been trash from the beginning, nigga, but it's been engaging. Right. That's my problem with America. All the sick niggas is the most entertaining, and we tuned in, we locked in. And then the second the second is cool to not fuck with them no more, everybody's in on the joke. Then pick a side, fam. You don't get to do both.
Yeah, that's Hollywood. All of Hollywood is sick.
That's America, bro.
Yeah.
Gee, the Trump shit is Frank Underwood.
Yeah.
I do.
They leveraging his likeness all through the first episode. I'm curious to see if it goes through the whole season. Because that first episode, while it was amazing and Robin's incredible.
Yeah.
That shit, man, you'll see.
Yeah, I'll get to it. I definitely want to tune in and see how
my
they
niggas
how
didn't
they
even
play
watch
that.
it. I came in here hype about House of Cards. Y'all didn't even watch that shit.
I tried to.
If I didn't end up at a wedding yesterday, then yeah, I'd have been watching it.
Oh, how was the wedding?
The wedding was dope. They did a really good job. Shout out to the West. They're in the building. But it was Ryan and Lauren, friends of ours. And they did it over at the at the Oakland Museum, and then did a little after party at Ruby Red.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, so it was a smooth setup. I like how they did it, and I'm also getting I'm getting immersed in all these damn weddings. Like that's the third wedding I've been to after not going to any weddings.
This is the time though. We're at that age where it's weddings and baby showers, fam. And I didn't even know. Is this new that niggas got to go to baby showers?
Yeah.
When did they start that? Because my dad and them never was going to baby showers, bro. It wasn't a thing for the males.
It's definitely new that they're.
It's for the father to be there, but it's for the women.
Oh, so that you don't have to go as a partner?
No.
Oh.
They just started doing that, like co-ed.
Co-ed? Why? Why should change it now?
Because if I'm going to be here, my nigga, you got to be here too. We
Bro,
all here.
if you hit me for your baby shower, bro, it's funk on site. Remember Dill? Dill was like, yeah, man. She was trying to make y'all come, but I fought for y'all. I fuck with Dill forever for that. Cause they were hella trying to make Baby K's baby shower co-ed, and Dill was like, nah, my niggas ain't coming to no baby shower.
Shit, niggas just gonna dip off, go sip, and fuck around. Gonna turn the baby shower out.
Yeah, we know who this is for.
We the wrong ones to have at the baby shower.
Hey, that's what I'm gonna do for mine. Whenever it comes. But gee, yeah, it's about your time to get married, right?
What?
Whoa!
How the hell we jump all the way over there?
Well, you said that you have been going to more and more weddings and stuff and being a part of it.
That ain't got nothing to do with me personally, bro.
The pressure only exists if he was taking a date. Like if you have a chick and you take her to 3 weddings. Did you ask him?
Did he take a date?
You took a date?
What?
Did you take a date?
No.
It was you plus one?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, it's like, that's where the trouble starts.
No, that's definitely where the trouble starts.
That's where niggas get in trouble. It's like, if you're not married and you're dating somebody and you take them to 3 consecutive weddings, you married by the 4th.
What about birthdays?
Birthdays you get the same pressure from birthdays, holidays, weddings, and baby showers. That pressure exists at all of those.
It's mainly Valentine's Day.
Nah, pressure. Niggas still getting pressure at Valentine's Day?
Niggas still celebrate Valentine's Day?
I hope not. Like, I don't know, nigga. I don't know.
I was like, bro, Valentine's Day.
I haven't been in on that season in a while, bro. I don't know anything about that.
Nah. Shit, you on videos, cupcake up, you know?
I can't edit that Footage. Out, man. I can't edit that out. You gotta relax. You gotta relax. You gotta relax. You gotta relax.
We don't know what's going on.
Nigga, that is the hottest video ever, bro. You gotta stop doing that shit.
Hey, cameramen that get invited to the clubs. If a nigga is in his bag, don't film him. You don't know that man's situation.
You don't know nothing about that, bro. That's funny as hell. That was the first comment on the video. Was like, they gonna get somebody in trouble one of these days. You gonna fuck up a household.
Cameraman. Damn, niggas ain't even supposed to be in town that weekend, and you putting out recap videos.
That's what. Gee, what if
niggas supposed to be sick that weekend?
What if you get in a relationship like after in the future, right? And then they repost that video after you got in a relationship.
No, you ain't supposed to be with them if you can't talk yourself out of that. I'm sorry.
No, that one's good. You just can't be in that relationship and that happens.
Yeah.
Like, I can talk about an old video, nigga. I can't talk about the one that just happened where I was in the back. Like, nigga, you was in the corner, my nigga. That camera came and found you.
Yeah, he out of pocket for that. Whoever that was.
Like, that wasn't in the window, bro. That wasn't at the front of the club. Nigga was tucked off by the VIP.
Oh man, did y'all watch the Mac Miller tribute?
No, it came on. I seen
the title.
Oh, got you.
Nah, it was good.
How was it though?
It was.
Did you feel the type of way?
It's sad. It was sad.
You sounded like it was disappointing.
Who was there? Chance, Anderson .Paak, Earl, Vince,
Q,
SZA, Internet. It was dope. It was amazing in terms of
that's some great artists right
in terms of who was in the building.
Yeah.
Thundercat, shout out to fucking Thundercat, man. I think his was probably I didn't even realize how sad I still was until watching some of those performances. Hadn't seen Earl. Earl ain't made an appearance in God knows how long.
Sweatshirt?
Yeah. So his dreads are dumbass long now. His dad just passed away too. And he made it a point to be there for his nigga, but he was performing 2 of the songs that he has with Mac. And so, because I went back and listened to Faces right after Mac died, and it's like, again, are these cries for help? Are these cries for help, or is this just great music? And I don't know how to feel. It's like going back after Amy Winehouse died. Like I would go back and listen to the music, and that shit just sounded like cries for help. Like I wasn't able to appreciate Nirvana in real time, but when you go back and listen to fucking both Bleach and Nevermind, it sounds like cries for help, like tortured souls. You know.
Well, there's a joke about certain artists, like we need them to be unhappy in order for us to
appreciate
have
the
to
music,
appreciate music. And like that's just the unfortunate part about, you know, being a dope ass artist, is that digging that deep inside your soul to lay that out for the public, you know, what is cries for help and what is just a way of life, and what you, knowing the amount of time that you have here, that you spent it correctly.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because I don't think we really know the expiration date. That could be anything.
Right.
But how did you spend the time that you were here is the real conversation.
Absolutely.
Because there's so many ways for people to go. And when they do decide to make that choice or whatever, if that does end up happening, if it was a choice or if it was an accident or whatever, I mean, it's more, I think we need to do more of the celebration of the life of what that person did.
Yeah.
You know, how that person actually was. And that's how we really remember them.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that shit tends to happen, is that torture souls, man. We all have some demons or whatever, whether we can keep them on a leash or not, tame them or whatever. But I mean, that's just the thing about being a human being and living in an insane society. You know what I mean? There's not much sane about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't really know what happiness is. We don't know how to capture that, how to put that into a bottle and be able to tap into it from time to time. We have no clue how to do that shit.
And in an added step to that, for me at least, is trying to figure out how those tortured souls are ever supposed to work through any of that shit being so overexposed now. I hear the OGs always talk about, oh, you niggas do this, you new niggas, da, 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 da. I guarantee you, it's that what Drake talks about, where he's like, yo, none of y'all could survive in this era. They can go find the skeletons now and bring them out for you. So a lot of you old niggas wouldn't have survived in this era. So now with all of us being super overexposed, and all of us already having demons, like we all got our own demons, care what, different degrees or whatever, different amounts or whatever, but we all have them.
Right.
So all having demons, all of us being overexposed, and not really having the tools to deal. That's what I was sort of going through watching the tribute on Tidal, was a lot of those artists that performed that night sing about a lot of the same shit, which is why they share in like this group collective. Like it's because it's not a collective like the Soulquarians were, where they had a name and you kind of knew they all fucked with each other. These, I read the liner notes still, so I know they all fuck with each other, because even if they're not in the featured tag, their names are credited on certain albums. So like Thundercat is all over Mac Miller's last album. Mac's done shit with him. Earl and Mac made a ton of music together. Vince and Mac made a ton of music together. Anderson .Paak is all over, like they all fuck with each other behind, like off the grid.
Yeah.
You know, but they all sing about the similar shit, and it's back to that whole grounding thing. Like that portal, this portal, my nigga, like everybody can't survive that, especially if you aren't grounded.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not to say that was Mac's situation, but I just think about kids who are going to be born into being overexposed immediately. Think about it. The babies, without their consent, are all over their parents' IG from the day they're born now, you know? And it's like, what is that breeding? Because the facts are out. This shit is unhealthy. To be that accessible,
seriously.
to be that available for people to have that much access to you as the whole world does right now with these phones on is not conducive to any sort of stability health-wise. What does that do? What does that do to people being born into that? Being born knowing how to use a phone.
Yeah, born with anxiety issues. Born with
everybody's gonna have
born with depression, like out the gates. Born with oversaturation with the need, or I was thinking about as far as like the like when you go online, the picture that you're getting. So you're getting a lot of the things that people are looking at. You're looking at people's videos, like these manufactured videos that people are doing that, are cool and funny and stuff like that. But you're getting people on, quote unquote, their A game when they do post that goes viral and stuff like that. In that moment is like an A game moment, you would say.
It's all curated, yeah.
So if you're always seeing A game,
and you on your D game, nigga.
You know what I mean?
That
So
shit'll make you crazy.
It'll make you nuts, and also not being able to see them off of their A game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'll make you think that that's what it is. If you look at one person's video and then they don't post for a bit and then they come back and post, and then you go to the next person and they're posting and they're on the A game. If you're always seeing people on their A game and you're fucked up, it's only going to breed something within you.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's like a freaking tapeworm that is starting. It's the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But you can't track it, and it's just taking you out from the inside out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So by the time you actually are showing signs of it, it may be too late. You know what I mean? It's nothing really much. It's not really much that could be done at that point. It's already ate at you from your soul. How do you heal a soul?
Man.
You know what I mean? So that was just something I was thinking about when I was looking at all these videos. I was like, damn, bro, like that. It's cool as hell, but also, nigga, you spend a lot of time looking at motherfuckers' videos. Like, I'm not that interested in other people's lives like that.
We spend a lot of time seeing niggas have package the idea of having their shit together when you may or may not have your shit together. And so the norm of always having to have your shit together can be so overwhelming to people, especially when you're in a trying place.
Right. Exactly.
Damn, man. That's fucking crazy.
It just doesn't help mental health whatsoever, and we just see it happen so often with the craziest things of like children in freaking elementary and middle school committing. Like, that's crazy. Like, to be so saturated with the views of other people, that it affects your feelings without even knowing a scope of the world just yet. Like, you haven't been outside of the neighborhood that you're in, or you haven't had a chance to experience more than what's just here on this soil. Right. So you don't have the full picture.
Dog.
So when you do this, you left so much on the table in the moment of not feeling well.
Yeah.
And that's just crazy, man. Like, it's unfortunate. It's, my heart goes out to those situations, every single one, and I don't know the answer to that one, bro. Cause that's something different.
Oh shit, I don't have it.
Oh,
that was
just for the ox?
Yeah.
Oh,
just in case we needed it. Yeah, I left the adapter at home. Oh man. That just rocked my world, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I say, cause I again,
it's something to think about, man. Like, that's man.
Again, man, so much of my life is dedicated to figuring out that portal, right? Mm-hmm. And figuring out how to leverage that portal, right, and leverage visibility and all that shit. And that's a shitty spot. That's a terrible fucking spot.
Bro, what?
How did he figure that?
My nigga, the ball is all over that line.
Are you serious?
Nigga, knees didn't touch or nothing. Yeah.
Wow. There's no way you spot that ball like that.
Yeah. Go to the review.
So much of my life, fam, is dedicated to living in that shit.
Yeah.
And as a byproduct, I see a lot of motherfuckers have their shit together, and I know in this thing it don't work like that.
You talking about via
social media? Like I hate at least me. I'm making it a scapegoat nowadays, but it's the truth. It's just the truth of my own situation right now when trying to get this thing off the ground and have a breakthrough. Mm-hmm. I spent a lot of time in that shit, probably more than I should, and
just trying to figure
studying
out
and all that. Yeah.
Trying to figure it out, but then also how to grow it because now where you see companies like Wells Fargo, Google, Facebook, all these companies. Have social media departments.
Yeah.
Like that's not something that's just passe anymore because this shit is a full-time job.
Yeah.
On top of the recording, doing shit for the pod and everything else that I'm trying to do, I got to figure this thing out. And spending so much time in there, you learn and see so much shit that you can't unsee, And to your point, and I might regret sharing this aloud, but it's my truth. Mm-hmm. Shout out to my nigga Raj. Everybody knows he's a friend, but he's one of my favorite artists. And
Definitely.
And I swear, being able to work with people that you consider friends and favorite artists. Because I text Elijah Winston. Shout out to my nigga Lige. I DM'd him because him and Shoei dropped the song, and it's dope. The hardest thing in the world is having somebody that you fuck with drop a terrible song or a piece of art or work because you're like, this is my nigga, but he want me to repost it, all the shit. But I actually liked the song, so I was like, yo, it means a lot that my nigga's dope. I told Lige that. And so same with Raj and everybody else that I'm a fan of that happen to be homies, because I listen to their shit. Mm-hmm. Like the way I listen to somebody I don't know is the same way Raj's album is in my rotation. Mm-hmm. And so we're not in the same lane. There ain't no even if we were in the same lane, there wouldn't be no competition because I know better now. I know there's enough room for all of us, Right. So, but Raj announced that he's going on tour with Boz, and natural reaction was jealousy. Like I'm admitting that. And I don't know if you should say that out loud, but it's the truth.
Right.
I saw the poster and I went, that should be me. Got sad.
Yeah.
And then immediately stepped out of it. It was like, yo, I'm happy for my nigga. Like that, it means the world that gets to be him. And I feel like that's normal for a lot of us. Mm-hmm. Natural reaction is that sometimes, but it's not the reaction, it's what you do with said reaction.
Right.
Mm-hmm. How do you use that inspiration? How do you channel it?
All right.
Where do you package it at? But I only have that information via sports and my niggas. Like, you guys keep me grounded in a real ass way where it allows for me to work, to do the work, and to not make excuses and to not lean on that sort of sadness. And everybody don't have access to that shit, so you can get lost in this motherfucker. You can 100% get lost in that world and comparing yourself constantly. Mm-hmm. And it's just not a conducive way to a healthy style of living. It's not. It'll wreck you. Because you still got to go do the work at the end of the day. Yeah. You still got to go put the time in. So no matter what that initial reaction was, like, damn, that should be me. No, it shouldn't have. Roger's been working his ass off. Yeah. You got to go do the work. You got to go do the work. Like, it's the end of the day. But you got to have the healthy space to work through those natural human reactions. All right. You got to have a healthy space to be able to do that. And damn, I only think about what if I didn't have a healthy space to work through that shit? How would I have actually internalized that and been carrying that in a unhealthy way that then deters me from doing the work, deters me from any blessings because I'm walking around bitter and jaded. Then
it start reflecting in your work.
Yeah.
Craft and shit.
Yeah. So, just cool. You had the initial reaction. Now go do the work. Right. Mm-hmm. It's a fascinating thing to think, fascinating concept to think about because it's
which was definitely that was a healthy train of thought though.
Like, she'll be happy to be on the podcast. Mom, you're on the podcast.
Oh, I don't want to be on the podcast.
It's too late. You already on. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody. I could.
You making me sound so fat right now. Talk about you cook.
Well, sometimes I don't think you're gonna come home if I don't cook. I don't do grocery shopping. So you can come back now.
I sound so trash now. I sound so trash.
So I got you dirty rice, vegetables, the squashes, and garlic.
This is so trash.
Some tortellini with pesto,
Oh, I'm for sure coming on.
and then I baked the chicken quarters with the adobo seasoning,
Oh yeah, I'm for sure coming on.
and then I put some in the crock pot because I felt like having some barbecue sauce, wet chicken that Dad don't like. Some barbecue.
She got the whole situation. That's what's up.
You feel me?
Oh, and I made a fresh salad. Yeah, you don't eat the salad this time.
Made me start thinking about food now.
Oh, and I got Hawaiian.
You about due for another meal, ain't you? So you about due for another meal?
For sure. Yeah, I didn't eat the first one I had.
I'm for
for
sure
real?
coming on now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't do that, cuz.
All
No,
right,
I tried to do the soup or whatever. It just wasn't working out, so I had to go with the salad.
I'm gonna try
to go get
get
that's some
some
hella
pho
funny.
from down the street.
Oh man. Oh, that was hilarious. G, what were you saying? I'm sorry. You were saying working through. So you were saying something.
Oh yeah. It's not. I was like, that was a super healthy way of handling that situation.
Yeah.
Was that you had a natural response, and then you snapped out of the natural response. Like, and that awareness right there is everything. Like that's how you're able to overcome so many things. It's just off the simple fact that you acknowledged what it was that you felt,
Yeah.
and then you're like, that's not conducive with the way that I'm moving.
Yeah.
Like the direction I'm going in the way I want to be, and snapped out of it.
Yeah, man. It's
Because what people tend to do is that
not snap out of it.
not either not snap out of it, or they just don't acknowledge it. You know what I mean? Which is a slow burn.
Yeah.
You know, like that shit comes out where you don't even know it. Like you just happen to see it, man. You just snap on my man Raj, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it never had, and that's why I don't, jealousy and what that can breed into, you know. And that's why I tell all the homies when they get energy from people, you know, that don't have shit to do with you, right? Mm-hmm. That's all something that they're internalizing and not dealing with, you know, and not working through. Because once you work through it, you go, this is ridiculous, and then you just channel it properly. Yeah. That's why I thought that whole Drake and Pusha thing was so fascinating, and why I was just taking bits and pieces, because you remember I kept going back and forth on what. There were moments in there that were great from both of them, and the one moment that was really great was when Drake was just like, "Yo, we just reworked and repurposed the energy and where I was going to channel that," and then made the 3 biggest hits off that record. Yeah, like that makes sense to me, you know. Nothing
Exactly.
Yeah, fuck, dude. What else did we get? We don't have to talk about Smack. That was a stupid subject. But Jay Mills is back. He battled this weekend.
Jay Mills?
Yeah. I just wanted to tell y'all that.
Shout out to
Where you find Jay Mills at?
Shit, lost in your money.
Mills versus shit. And I don't even know if it was Smack. I don't know what league it was, but it was
URLTV.tv.
Mills for sure made his return this weekend, and by all reviews it wasn't Mills-esque.
It wasn't?
That's what people are saying.
Wow.
I haven't seen it.
Oh.
That's what people are saying. But the battles are cool because people get to watch them in real time. It don't really resonate, and then when you watch the video back, it's completely different than how it was when you were there or if you were there. So I'm excited to see the video and probably watch it multiple times, because I'm still of the mindset that Mills 100% beat Mook, and I know he don't feel that way. How do you feel?
Mills beat Mook.
How do you feel?
Oh, back then?
Back then, who won that one?
But see, here's why.
Nah.
No, I'm gonna get killed because
He
I'm
shipped-
about to say the truth.
He shipped his watch to Switzerland.
Huh.
I feel like there's a lot of battles Mook lost.
I'm with you. He lost Sirius Jones. I stand by that.
Yeah.
And so,
Look at your man right here. Look at your man. Please zoom in on his face, because he tight. He tight.
I'm gonna let y'all get y'all's off. Go for it.
So wait, G, wait. So who won Mills and Mook?
Mills and Mook?
Yeah.
Oh, Mook.
Was it close?
No.
Who won Sirius or Mook?
Mook. I'm not a big Serious Jones fan.
Mook just had the room in that battle.
Thank you.
Still going Mook.
But how do you give Mook over Mills though?
He been saying that from the rip though. He's never changed.
But I'm just wondering how
we work at almost like 12 years of that.
How?
And G ain't never
Ain't
changed.
faltered at all, bro. I got that
so
one.
I'll give him that because he's never changed his stance on that.
How?
I don't know. You got to ask your man.
What line
But he's
killed
not
Mills?
he's not the only one.
Oh.
He's not the only one. It's a lot of people that say Mook won that battle.
I was just more hyped off of what Mook was saying. Mills wasn't moving the needle for me at all. I was just like, whatever, bro.
Yeah, man.
What bars did Mook kick that just made you this avid Mook fan?
And make you hold the camcorder. That's what he holding on to. Oh, that line was so trash. That shit was trash.
That's what sold him?
Bro, that shit was hella animated, bro.
Take the shit and make you hold the camcorder. That shit was so weak, bro.
You remember how my man's looked a few years later?
Who?
The one from Philly.
Oh, Reed Dallas?
Reed Dallas is my nigga for the
Reed
he fell out so
Reed
hard.
I think it showed back up.
Didn't he say some pause-worthy shit like in the battle?
And the new one, and I don't know.
Like I think
My man showed up with the lips white.
Man, I thought Reed was the nicest nigga ever, bro.
yeah, he was nice for a minute.
Two straps coming out like Rambo.
Bro. Oh, man. Yeah. No, Reed was that boy
Shout
for
out
a
to
minute.
Reed Dallas
Shout out to
before
Reed.
whatever happened.
Yeah, but that's the gist of our Smack Talk because I do not watch Smack.
I don't watch it no more.
clue.
I just thought Mills coming back would be, because it's such a historical thing like that. Because the whole thing. Oh, that's why I wanted to talk about it. Because Mills and Mook go, hey, we created this shit, and not to say that they created Smack, but to say that they made it. It made it pop. Like their battle was the one that everybody would talk about. Like talk about viral. That's the first thing I remember going viral. And like one of my niggas from the year we had the East Coast teammates came out and was like, yo, y'all fuck with Smack? I was like, what is Smack? Like, and internet was hella slow then, so we had to we did hella shit to watch that battle. And I watched the whole shit.
Yeah, no, I'll never glaze over the fact that it was very impactful.
Hey,
That's a big deal.
speaking of going viral, you remember bro that did the unforgivable shit?
Yes. What happened to him?
Bruh, no, YouTube need to cut him some type of percentage of the company because he made them.
How many views is that video? Does the whole series have?
I don't know. I haven't checked the numbers on that.
What was that?
What you mean?
Like, where did that even come from? I just remember going to somebody's house.
My man's he needs an unsung. Somebody get the
Unforgivable unsung. Bro, what? But where did that come from? I went to somebody's house and it was like, yo, you got to see this.
Yeah,
and I
you
just
played it
laughed.
for me.
I played it. I did play it. And I was in tears. Like, every time I played it for somebody, I laughed.
Speaking of unsung, did you ever watch Ray J?
Nigga.
You still not gonna watch it?
No,
Ray J
G,
unsung?
I'm so embarrassed. Like, the second we got off the phone, I watched that shit that night.
I'm bad.
Because Ray J's that nigga to me.
Bro,
And I wanted to see if they got the
You
story
should
right.
always be watching.
Why
Ray
did he
J.
get an unsung?
I don't know. Like,
It was nothing
He what?
about the
But he doesn't deserve an unsung. Like
Ray
he had
J.
a
will
career.
Ray J.
See,
will
we-
finesse a bat.
yeah, yeah. So unsungs to me, because I'm with you, I'm like, damn, is it disrespectful that he got one, or is it an honor that he got one? Unsung borderline be feeling.
It wasn't
feeling
about his music
disrespectful.
career.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't.
It was about all the other shit he does.
Yeah.
Like it's mainly his acting career. To tell you the truth.
Oh, okay.
But I can't tell if unsung is like an honor or is disrespect.
That's
Like,
disrespect, cuz.
I don't know.
Who else has been on unsung?
It's been some dope ass unsungs. Big Daddy Kane got one. Warren G got one.
Warren G had a few records.
I would say unsung is an
Warren
honor.
G single handedly saved Def Jam, fam.
With what? Regulators?
With Regulators.
No, that's what I'm saying. He had a few records. I'm
No,
never
but
gonna take that away
he's
from
like, and something that no one ever talks about. A lot of those samples for the Chronic.
him. Warren G. Yeah.
So, Warren G means something different to me in
for
West Coast rap. So that's why I can't tell if unsung is a disrespect or if it's an honor, because a lot of them shits has been dope.
I give it an honor just because of some of the people that do pop up there's not everyday names anymore.
Yeah.
So for them to pop up now, any type of attention on that, you don't know what that did for their pockets or their
exactly what it did for the
it might have brought back up their discography or something like that just to have that type of attention and awareness. So
Interesting.
You guys got anything anything else in the outside of the sports world?
Nah.
All right.
Outside of the sports world?
Yeah, because we're gonna close with sports. I want to rant and rave about the bullshit.
Nah.
I want to rant and rave.
What was the men's corner thing?
Man, it wasn't nothing important. I haven't worked through the thought yet. And
Okay. We could still bring that one up at some point.
What time we at?
Nigga, y'all realize we've been talking for 2 hours plus.
I was wondering that.
What was I gonna say? Nah, this whole Warriors getting to still hold on to that they're moving to San Francisco, so they're still in the base, so they're not as bad as the Raiders is fucking annoying to me.
You said they feel like that?
No, they keep their fans are saying it, and then every time the owners talk and Steve Kerr talks, yeah, we're just moving to San Francisco. Nigga, did y'all see that report that came out of San Francisco? Like the median income you need to have to live over there is $300,000.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about it.
And you just moving to San Francisco? If y'all don't get the fuck out of here with that, bro, I'm over it. Like that shit made me so mad.
Yeah, 100K job does nothing for you.
You're on the poverty line if you only making 100K.
Right. And I heard they complaining, like people that make 300K, they're complaining about
taxes,
not being able to buy a house. Like it's not affordable.
It's not in the city.
Yeah, I would never
get
buy
out
a house
of the city. You make 300K, you can go buy you another house somewhere else.
That's not the point. If you make 300K and you got to go move from where you work, like that's crazy. Cause you would be pissed if you annually you bringing in 300 and they like, yo, nah, you got to move across the bridge. What? I make 300. I can't live over here. The Warriors got to stop. The Warriors got they got to stop with that shit, bro. They culture vultures. Golden State Warriors.
Oh yes.
And them and they fans.
I'll give them that title.
Them
too.
and all they fans.
Hot take.
Them and all they fans.
And all their fans.
Them and all of their fans. Yeah. Because this how trash Warriors.
They've been masking a lot.
This how trash Warrior fans are though. When Brian used to come, when Warriors were still trash, all of them was just going to see Brian.
Right.
When Kobe was coming, they were just going to see Kobe.
Kobe's coming to Oakland.
That's how they promoted the games.
Right. Nobody don't remember that though.
I do.
No, I'm talking about like the new Warrior fans.
They so trash, bro.
KG.
They so trash.
KG and the Timberwolves coming to Oakland.
Oh my God, that shit is.
And then KG don't even play that game.
We gonna go take the night off.
Damn.
Did y'all see Donovan Mitchell last night, man?
No.
What happened?
My man's out.
What happened?
He hurt himself.
He got hurt?
Yeah, bad.
Oh shit.
Really bad.
Really?
And it was just the way he yelled.
Was it a foot? I mean, like a leg.
His ankle. And the way he yelled, it's over, it's over, it's over, and he just kept yelling, it's over.
Damn.
Oh man, that was heartbreaking.
Damn.
That was fucking heartbreaking.
Was it landing or going up?
It was It was landing. It always is landing. It always is. But that shit was just like, I don't know, man.
That's crazy.
And it's on the tail. It's on the tail of the D Rose 50-point night, which there's just a lot of shit to work through, and I don't know if it's the best place to do it, but I want to because y'all my niggas, and I need y'all to tell me that I'm tripping for thinking this way. But D Rose's 50-point night, I was watching it live, and he got the last bucket, and then something happened, and they had to call a timeout, and they had the overhead camera, and they're in the huddle, and Tibbs is trying to talk to them, and D Rose is not sitting on the bench. He's bent over in between his legs, and I'm like, oh, he's crying. Before he comes out of the huddle, I'm like, oh, he's crying. He comes out of the huddle, eyes bloodshot red, still tears like coming down his face. And then everybody did their think pieces on it. Everybody did their think pieces on it the next day, and all of them were way off. Every single one. Even the only ones that got it right were the former athletes and the athletes in real time. It was like to be knocked off of that level of success is different. D Rose's class of 07.
Yeah.
Got to see him up close and personal. And that was kind of, I had pushed die, and I was like, nigga, that was when I made my decision to make be a rapper, nigga. When we went to All-Star Camp and D Rose was doing the shit he was doing, I was like, oh, this is what that looked like. Okay. I know where I'm going.
Nigga, we played against D Rose, bro. That's still one of the most athletic people I've ever seen in my life.
By far.
His two hand pop net makes no sense.
No sense at all.
Off two hand pop net is nuts.
Off two outside the block though, G. Like he's out. He taking off outside the block.
Bro, remember when he dunked with somebody on the break off two with the pop net, but with the elbows though, the elbows up the rim.
Yeah, that was Dragic or whatever
that shit was nasty.
We get to I forget what camp it was, but him and Eric Gordon were. I think James Harden might have been at that one too. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to be on my shit, so I get to the gym early. I hear the dribbling going. It's Eric and Derrick Rose in there. They shooting elbow to elbow. Mm-hmm. Them niggas is switching hands elbow to elbow though. Left hand, left side, right hand, right side. And I'm like, oh. But the form is crazy.
Yeah.
I said, boy, ain't this some shit. So watching the D Rose and then Donovan Mitchell is like super athletic like that too. Mm-hmm. Where it's you may physically get your shit back. Which with rehab and all the stuff, you get your shit back. You do. You can get strong. But the mental part of it.
Yeah.
The mental part of it. And then when you tentative in any way, that sort of sets up the realms for re-injury, which people don't really talk about in sports science and all that stuff. When now you're favoring certain things is how you get re-injured too. Is a big way in how you get re-injured.
Yeah.
And so for D Rose, people were focusing so much on the physical where that was more of a mental sort of breakthrough and all he's sensitive and all what he's going through off the field. And that's another unfortunate.
That was nuts. Like the commentator said that at the end of the game.
And it's like, dog, you can't say that.
Without like that was in the middle of his spiel talking about the 50-point game was that all the stuff he's going through.
You can't say that here and you can't say it that way. You got to either say it or not say it at all. Mm-hmm. You got to pick one. But Rachel Nichols the very next day, who I love watching Rachel.
Love Rachel.
I love watching her. Because did you guys see the his deposition about that incident?
Mm-mm.
Who? D Rose?
D Rose. And essentially, and we can talk about it here because of where we're from. Because it is, and unfortunately, and it's a sad thing to admit, but it is a matter of where you're from. Essentially, what he's describing is a train in the deposition. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They met the young lady. They came back to the crib, him and his niggas.
Wait, wasn't this brought up a while ago?
The civil case got thrown out, but now she's looking to have it overturned. Oh. So that's why it's coming back out because they threw it out of civil court.
This is when he was on the Knicks, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember this.
And so that's why it's being brought back up. But essentially, what he describes in his deposition is a train.
Yeah.
And that's not a conversation you can have on syndicated TV.
All right.
You can't have that conversation and work out all of the nuances of what that looks like. Yeah. Where that stems from, why that's not okay, but why it happens more often than people like to admit. And then the whole consenting conversation comes into play, where it's just like, we can't have a rational conversation about this where people aren't going to be offended. So TV ain't the place to have it.
Yeah, not at all. Not in that setting.
And God knows I love me some Rachel Nichols. It just didn't feel like the place. It never feels like the place. ESPN never feels like the place to have those conversations. Kobe lost an endorsement deal with somebody recently behind the stuff that happened in his case.
Really?
Kobe.
Wow.
Charges dismissed and Kobe's still losing out on situations because of that.
Yeah.
ESPN ain't the place to have these conversations, man. If y'all not gonna really have them,
they fire people for them conversations.
with
certain people,
fast, quick, fast, and in a hurry, because you got to have them for real.
Yeah.
You can't have step. You can't be censored. You can't be on a leash when you have, because it's some scary shit to talk about.
I mean, it's owned by Disney, bro. You can't have those conversations. Period. But you gotta keep that shit.
But don't even set up the premise because you are owned by Disney, because you leave all the nuance out in order to fit a particular narrative where that's not the whole truth.
Right.
I don't know. I had to get that shit off.
Yeah, no, I hear that. What was I thinking? I completely just blanked on what it was.
Hey, did Donovan Mitchell fuck his ankle up like Gordon Hayward? Like that bad?
Basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well for athletic people.
Yeah. Essentially.
Damn.
Well, that's how we want to end.
Yeah, because I blanked, and unfortunately I went out last night, so memory's a little spotty.
Y'all did good though. It's almost 3:00. God damn.
Yeah, go ahead, wrap this up, money.
We're gonna get out of here. I didn't even introduce Lex. Lex is here, and again, MVP of the week. Thank you, Lex.
Appreciate you, my dude.
This has been another episode of Meet the Brave. This is episode 35. We're getting that home stretch, y'all. We want to do something special for our 50th. So if anybody has ideas, please write in, comment. And we'd like to include y'all in it too. So while we count down to that shit, we're going to try to keep adding new stuff and figuring out how to really celebrate our 50th episode in the right way. But this has been Meet the Brave. I'm your host, Monty Draper.
Poe.
It's LG.
And we'll see y'all next week.
Love.